Okay, what up ladies and gents, it's your favorite Asian robot right here, hopefully your favorite official content creator for the first Descendant, and I'm sorry about a minute late. What happened was that my chat software had a major malfunction, so there won't be a TikTok stream today, unfortunately. I really wanted to have one, but chat software, at least they were open about it. The chat software that I normally use for putting up chat on screen and stuff, they said that they're experiencing a direct denial of service attack. So yeah, I have to use the basic YouTube chat now, and that's killing me. But you know, I'll live with it. Okay, I guess I'll just have to try to re-chat the old school way now. With YouTube's own pop-up. Not that it's bad, but at the same time, damn. I'm so used to doing it the normal way, but anyway, it's fine. I'll live with it. There we go. Goal started. Show you support for TFD streams. Basically the chat software that I use to see chat for like across different softwares is just experiencing a DDoS attack, which happens. How are you, Arcane? How was work today? Hey, Lewis. Just chilling. I think we've only just started, so nothing much yet. Night City Drifter. Hello, hello. Welcome, everybody. I hope you are having a good day today. All right. We're going to go mess around with something else. Oh god, the corn suit. Nope, 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 nope. No. No, thank you. No, 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 no. Not no way, not no how. You're tired? We're all tired now, bro. Okay, I'm gonna do a little something. I want to see something. I want to see what happens if I use a plug set. Okay, so we have the plug set here, and we're gonna start with Contagion and the usual power increase. Everything else is fine. This is fine to slightly increase duration. Okay, we good, we good. No, it's not the corn skin, don't worry. I'm not that evil. All right. I have my principles. I have my systems. I'm not gonna torment you all. Not that hard anyway. Hey Kenny, what up? Alright, let's go mess around. First and foremost, I've been eager to start messing with the plague set, see the full power. Oh yeah, there's daily Never mind. First we will save the current settings, and then I forgot I have to take Kyle out for a spin first, because it's almost there. Hey Lewis, thank you for the super chat.
Super chat received.
Appreciate it. The one upside to me using YouTube's default chat instead of the usual is that I can see the YouTube chat straight away. Anyway, Arcade, you take a nice little relaxation in the background, and I'm gonna do my work. And also flurp. Yes, I say random shit all the time. Okay, this is good so far. Let's go quickly clear the two basic ones. Then after we clear the basics, we will go do some actual shenanigans.
Descendant, confirm arrival at the operation zone. Proceed with caution.
Descendant, we've confirmed a
I truly
large-scale
appreciate your
Lawrence
constant
transfer.
support, Lewis. It means a
Attack
lot.
their deployment point.
Also, for anyone that is into my music, take note that Drowning in My Skin, my first metalcore album, will be released next week, hopefully. Fingers crossed. But I submitted it last night, so things should be going good.
Time to end.
Always happy to have you support, my man. Thank you. Like, no matter which game I play, you're there, man. That means a lot. I appreciate those people that show up no matter which game I'm playing. There's a lot of folks that only show up for the games they're interested in, you know, and that's cool. But the ones that do a little more than that, yeah, that really does mean a lot. So thank you.
Prepare yourself.
I am the Kyle Craft. Air Force Kyle.
Here I come.
Descendant, the transport has dropped a wide-range shaping charge on the ground. We
That
needed
was
to
clean.
purify the void energy. Prime the detonator with your arm.
Hey, Eddie.
Then hit the detonation
Thanks
device.
very much for that little bit of artwork, by the way. Smite Kneecaps was absolutely hilarious. Loved it. I love sharing it in my Discord, too.
Tar. Collide.
Theo, I think you have a misunderstanding about how range works. He doesn't get 27 meters. What's up, Michael? In case you haven't seen the video on skill range, I think you may need to watch that video, Theo. You're overcapped on ranged. Here's the video that explains everything. You're gonna need this, buddy, because you've got him completely wrong. There you go. Please enjoy. This is why you need to watch all the videos, because there's a lot of stuff that hasn't been fixed in the game yet.
Time to end.
Range is one of them, just so you know. You can test it for yourself, but yeah. For anyone that doesn't know that the range tooltip is bugged, please check the video as well. It's quite important. You need to watch the whole thing. Understand that range is bugged. Because I, too, used to think that range wasn't bugged. Yeah, no.
Here I go.
And they still haven't fixed it to this day.
Can't escape. Collide. Tar. Tar. Collide. Can't escape.
I can't wait to see Kyle with the full Enlightened Mage. It's gonna be good.
Here I go. Here I come. Here I come. Prepare yourself.
Okay.
Hound actually.
Back to Spell Beyond, and then we'll head over to the next area. Yeah, please do have a look, Theo. Ruby, good to see you, my friend. Hey, Mike. No, I never look at that high-rise society. I genuinely don't really give a damn. All I want them to do is to understand their own audience, which I'm taking the time to understand. I mean, if you saw my YouTube short yesterday, there were a lot of good responses to that. I don't care what Q&A session they do. All they need to do is one thing: up the player base, up my profits. They can't do that, then yeah. My interest is minimal. Good that you finished the Keelan build. Enjoy it. It's a lot of fun. I think at this point, I'm also just playing for fun. Your question is quite confusing, Gary. I think it's worded a bit strangely, but basically,
This is
where
HQ.
after you
Troops
build
are
the
on the
regular
ground.
character, you get the regular
Transport
character to
is
level
en route
40,
standby position.
then
Best of
once
luck,
you get the
Descendant.
regular character to level 40,
Large-scale Vulgus
okay,
transfer confirmed.
you get the mastery for the
Descendant.
regular character, you can
Stop the
delete it
enemy
and
troop
use the
deployment.
ultimate version instead. Yes. Ultimate and regular characters have separate masteries, so you still need to level the regular character. That being said, you can also transfer your regular character into the ultimate character. Once the ultimate character has been built and created, right, you can transfer the regular character to the ultimate character with a photonic imprinter. This is a special item that's only given during events. Yeah, you can do that. But otherwise, if an ultimate exists, just play the ultimate. Nobody plays the regular version. Unfortunately, Ruby, that's kind of the problem with a lot of official Discords. I mentioned it yesterday when I was streaming a different game, but basically, you know, the issue is... I'm sorry, Gary, I don't actually understand what your question or query or problem is. So you're gonna have to reword it, dude. Because I don't understand your question at all. If anyone can understand Gary or what he's trying to ask, feel free to answer on my behalf. Because I seriously don't understand what he's asking. This character is Kyle. You know, so many people don't actually know Kyle. They forget he exists. Looks cool though, right? I made him up with like a secret agent skin, gave him the skull mask so he looks cool.
Prepare yourself.
He's a nice for fun type character. No, that's okay, Gary. If you can, just try and reword it. Otherwise, hopefully somebody can understand what you need.
Time to end you.
Hey, man. He's cool as shit, Lewis, you know? Ah. If it isn't my mystical dove. How are you? Made it on time today, eh? Are you finally gonna come and hang out with me, mystical one? Waiting for you. Hey! If it isn't the fair and Zilla, you must have had a good time yesterday with your boyfriend. I could see that my Instagram inbox was empty. Yeah? You still owe me that selfie. How you doing, my dear friend? How's it hanging across the sea?
Here I go.
Well, I'd rather hang out with you, MysticDove, so, I guess we're at an impasse here, you know? You're gonna give in to me sometime, my dear friend. One day I will drag you in here so you can keep me company. One day. When you're ready, of course. But until then, please enjoy the show. I think he means that too, Eddie, which is exactly what I answered him. But he seemed to not understand. Hopefully that's what Gary over there means. And sorry, dude, I'm not calling you Jerry. Your name is spelled with a G, so you're getting called Gary. And Jaber will always be existing. Whatever. That's his role, his job. Whenever responding to Fern, I now do the Scottish accent because apparently that is her thing. Yeah. Anyway, don't worry, Mystic. I also won't bully you as much today since you showed up on time. And also, since you haven't had sleep and I'm concerned for your health, I will make an effort to be somewhat nice to you. Somewhat. Just a smidge, yeah? Don't know if I should use my special sleep voice. See if I can force you to rest. Okay, all bonuses obtained. I know, right? It's like those house elves, you know. Master has given Dobby a sock. You know, it's that moment that you're just like, oh man, he's given me a sock today. That's freaking rad. All right, let's carry on. Now this is done, so we're actually gonna go do our real testing for today. So I'm going to hop onto Freyna right now. No problem, Gary. Now we're going to head over to the isolated desert first and foremost. And we are prepared to do the basic test. Okay, let's have a look-see at how we get along. Here we go. Let's go see if we can hunt down a nice enlightened mage set as well. Might be good. My mother told me someday I will buy galley with good oars, sail to distant shores, stand up on the prow.
Descendant.
Hey, Lawbreaker, I see your message there.
Proceed with caution.
It was in between the others. You snuck in. Hello and good morning. You're up rather early on a Saturday. I hope you're not working today, my friend. No, working on the weekend? That sounds like it's against the law. How are you, my dear friend? Good, I would hope. Galley with good oars, sail to distant shores, stand up on the prow, row I steer, steady course for the haven, human foam, human
RK receptor, confirming signs of life.
My shield.
Greetings, Austin. No work today, but no sleep either. My word. You sound almost like the mystical one. Why are all of y'all team no sleep all the time? Sleep is healthy. Makes me feel like an old man can't go without a nap. Well, I certainly can't complain, Mr. Hosam. I'm doing fine. I am mostly well rested. Mostly.
Mission complete. Transport inbound. See you soon.
2 minutes 20. Well, listen. That is how it is. You never know what hours a person spends awake or, you know, what hours they might sleep. That's why I am always concerned over my friends. I worry about them when they are unrested. Because for me, I wish I had more time to sleep.
This is HQ.
I tend to require a lot of
Troops are on the
rest,
ground.
but I never get it.
Transport is en route to
Not because
standby
I
position.
can't sleep. No,
Best
my
of
problem
luck,
is the opposite. I've got no hours to sleep.
Descendant, we've confirmed
Too much
a
to do.
large-scale Vulgus transfer.
Too much to do when I'm chasing my dreams, you know? But I'm gonna get there stage by stage. One day I'm gonna be rich and famous. So y'all just mark my words. Y'all seen the start of my journey. But I'm gonna get there and I'm gonna work hard to get there every goddamn day. Now this is the part where if Mystic is still around. Mystic, hurry up and cheer for me. Do it now. Do it.
How was that? This is your grave.
Let's carry on.
Watch your feet.
No reply from the mystical one. This means that I've been ditched for video games again. I shall remember this grave injustice.
Melt away.
Alright. Let's carry on with the poison.
Damn it.
Ow. Ow.
Oh my. Hound actual to HQ.
Still very
Mission
reasonable.
complete. Requesting transport support.
I like it. You know, I would have thought this plague set would be a Keelan set, but it seems to be doing far more for good old Frey Frey than it does for Kiki. I think because we can set up multipliers really hard. Kiki suffers from the lack of cooldowns a lot. So even if we maximize his cooldowns, he's just not as fast.
This is Hound Actual, reporting extreme concentrations of void energy within the operation zone.
Like I said,
please proceed
you
at your own
will need to
discretion,
test
but do not
the
exceed
skill
your
range and how it
limits.
works. So just double check and be sure that you are going in accordance with your modifier, okay? If you're 100% sure, Theo, then you know, no problem. But just be aware that skill range
That's a
as
specialized
tooltip doesn't
Vulgus
show
aircraft.
everything, so
It can fly through
as
void
long as you know how
storms.
range works, then okay, I'm
Descendant,
satisfied.
If you're gonna shoot it down, do it now. Hurry.
Just make sure you watched the video and you understood everything. I don't have a favorite Descendant, no. My Serena build does not have the final masterpiece. Moth, check again. Are you sure you're watching my video? Because I've never once used the final masterpiece in my entire life. Do you mean the last dagger? Very different weapons.
My shield.
Oh yeah, 2 wired to sleep, Lawbreaker. Fair enough. And, Moth, I think you need to check the Void Erosion Purge build for the Malevolent one. Because there are different guns for different purposes, my friend. Don't ever confuse the two.
How was that?
Because it seems like you are confusing the videos. There are 3 builds for Serena. Make sure you've built all 3 separately, name them differently, and adjust your plays accordingly. Okay? Because if you don't do that, you are going to suffer.
Tactical transport en route to the Descendant's position. Close air
You're
support
most welcome,
available.
Moth. Make sure you double check, yeah?
I repeat, danger close.
There's never one build for every character. There's always 3 to 5 builds for any particular character. Now, of course, a couple might be the most efficient, but most characters will have 3 very optimized builds for each of the 3 activities in the game, which is bossing, farming, and void erosion purge. Now, some characters I don't do that for. Like, most of the time I work on the farming builds because for my void erosion purge, I just use Serena. But just be aware that in future, as the game progresses, if it gets more exciting to the point that I want to do a complete set of builds for every single character, and every single character is viable in every single activity, then just take note that there will always be 3 builds. Void erosion, bossing, and farming.
Shield is down.
Congratulations, Sir Tommy. I sincerely
Mission
appreciate
complete.
that.
All units
Well
proceed
done.
to
Well
transport
done.
location. Great work out there.
Yep, there will always be a lot of grind. I hope so, Fernzilla. I don't know what the devs are going to do there. Fingers crossed, my friend. Fingers crossed they don't disappoint. Because right now, the state of the game is pretty miserable, I have to say. It is disappointing. But that is the way it is. We'll just have to see.
This is Hound Actual, reporting extreme concentrations of void energy within the operation zone. All units, please proceed at your own discretion, but do not exceed your limits.
This is HQ. Enemy reinforcements incoming. Requesting
It's not
strike
the
on staging
point of
area.
Catalyst taking long to craft. It's that even if Catalyst was shorter to craft, please take note that the game itself is naturally repetitive. Due to the fact that the game itself is naturally repetitive, you end up in a situation whereby you really want to be able to play longer and stuff like that, but you just don't. Why don't you? Because no matter how long you play, it just doesn't feel effective, you know? It feels like you're just doing the same thing over and over and over. And while that's okay for some people, it's not okay for most people. The feedback that I got yesterday on my little video that I put out was that for the most part, everybody here is just kind of tired of the fact that, you know, is doing the same thing over and over, so they leave. They'll play other games that come out. I mean, at the end of the day, even for ARPGs, one of the big things that is often talked about is respect for players' time. That is in fact one of the reasons why Last Epoch is doing so well right now. It feels like if you put in, like, say, 3 hours, you can make good progress. Then for those who can play longer, you can make even more progress. You can really enjoy the game. So the respect for time is truly there. It's not just about more story or anything like that. Story alone won't help. Respect for time is very important. People right now, it's a completely separate issue, but people just don't feel like their time is being respected. And that's the crucial key. When your viewers don't feel like their time is being respected, when they feel like you're trying to, you know, force them to play for inordinate amounts of time that they don't have, they're not going to spend time on your game, they're going to play something else. And that has been proven throughout history. Please enjoy, Sir Tommy. You're out having ramen lunch with your family, and you're sitting here at my stream. Bruh. Socialize with your family. There'll be time to be at my stream later. Like, I sometimes check my emails and stuff on my phone if I'm out with family, but my family would never allow me to watch a stream or watch something when I'm out to lunch with them. They will be angriest Maximus.
Watch your
Mostly because they're all older, too. So they expect you to be present and in the moment.
damn it.
Oh my!
Mission complete.
See, having
Transport inbound.
really heard what people
See you
had to
soon.
say, because yesterday, for anyone that doesn't know, I posted a short asking why people quit First Descendant. If anyone who has quit saw my message, you know, if they could comment. And quite a few people actually did. I filtered through the noise, of course. I didn't just read every comment and take it to heart. No, I read through the comments. I looked at the ones that made sense. And, you know... Well, MysticDove, you only get scolded because when I call for you and I ask you to cheer for me, you're busy doing something. So I know you said that you'd rather be here watching me, but I know that you're actually gaming, and therefore your attention is not 100% focused on me. So for that reason, my dear friend, I have to scold you on a regular basis because I crave constant attention, and when I don't get it, I get cranky like a toddler. So you have to give me attention immediately. If you fail to do so, then you know toddler mode comes out, and then I have to be extremely upset. So you know, handling me is like handling a small child 24 hours per day. Very annoying, really. That's why most people can't stand me, and that's why so far the only girl that has been able to put up with me is Kaz. Okay, most ladies can't handle the man-child in me. Oh, no. Mystic was here early, sure. But she is also one of my coolest friends, one of my nicest friends. So I bully her excessively because that is a sign of how close we are. Oh, fair enough, Sir Tommy. Please enjoy the wait for food. Of course, did you not see my Ultimate Valby build that's been updated for Season 2? You might want to check that out, pal. I think you might enjoy it. And Fernzilla says, once you reach optimal build, content becomes monotonous. Absolutely. There's no real respect for player time. I'm here because I don't want to abandon this community. I don't. I actually would like to be playing Last Epoch right now, but I want to be here with you guys as well because many of you guys are my friends, and I know you guys won't watch me if I play Last Epoch. I'll have my closest people with me, like Fernzilla, Mystic, Arcane, Lewis, Lawbreaker. All my closest peeps will be with me, but we miss out on seeing the larger community. So, you know, sometimes I like to, even if I'm not having as much fun, I'll still play First Descendant. You know, just so I can talk with you guys and, you know, touch base with the community, because I think that that's important. I believe as a content creator, it's not just a job you do. I mean, yes, I'm very profit focused, but I do my business based on my customers, right? So since I'm customer service oriented to begin with, I'll always, you know, like try and make sure that I'm checking in with people, touching base, that kind of stuff. It's important to me. I think it's not that they need to release content more frequently, but they need to stop with the ideology of repetitive content because it's looking lazy, Lewis. That's the issue. It's looking very lazy when the content is repetitive. That's the big problem. The content cannot be so repetitive because those of us who might have more hours to play, or those of us who play over the long term, we burn out, get bored, we take breaks, we take breathers. I mean, take a look at MysticDove. She takes constant breathers from my stream, you know? She doesn't respond to me for minutes at a time, comes back later, you know, like a couple of minutes after she's done doing whatever she does, and then responds to whatever I said earlier. I still haven't gotten my cheering. So you can see that, you know, just like that, you know, people get busy with other stuff. So for them here, they need to have that focus on making content fun. There needs to be a consistent feeling of fun. You may call me God, Mystic, but, you know, I don't always respond to prayers. I'm sorry, my dear friend. Today, you must be bullied relentlessly because I've missed bullying you the past few streams, so I'm making up for lost time. Okay, because I mean, you refuse to hang out with me in chat so I can bully you more effectively. So, you know, since I can't do that, I have to, you know, be as excessive as possible right now so I can get my money's worth, you know, get my time's worth when it comes to bullying you. Hello, Omar. Good to see you. But yes, I do hope they understand that the big problem is the fact that, yes, it's great that they're releasing content, but the content they release must be effective. It must draw people in and make them want to feel like playing all the time. Well, you know, Mephi-san, that's how it is. But I do have to say that we are a non-leaderboard community. We don't talk about leaderboards, nor do we care about them, because, to be frank, this kind of game, if you're a leaderboard on a PvE, it's literally nothing. You know, it's just how long you spent doing the activity to memorize AI patterns, blah, blah, blah. So, because of that feeling, we don't usually talk leaderboards here. Just want to give you a heads up. Not invalidating your point, by the way, just giving you a heads up. But yeah, I can completely understand how you might feel about that. But speaking of leaderboard issues, though, that is in fact part of the problem, Mephi. If you don't mind me saying, one of the big issues is that being on top of a leaderboard indicates that you are engaging with repetitive content, which in fact makes the situation worse. If players did not engage with the content, then the devs would understand straight away that this is not keeping our players, you know, engaged and, I guess, locked into the game. But part of the problem, and not saying you, but when they did come up with the leaderboards, was that people started chasing leaderboards, so they played VEP a lot to chase that, which made it look like a worthwhile activity, when realistically most people, they went in, got their cores, and then they stopped because they didn't want to keep going with it, you know, because the same thing over and over and over and over and over again. As I've always said, this killed another game that I don't want to refer to by name. And Mystic, my dear friend MysticDove, please don't act like you don't enjoy my bullying. You enjoy the attention that I put upon you just as much as I'm sure I enjoy my attention. Okay? So don't act that way, my friend. You can post those emotes and give me the side eye, but you yourself know you quite enjoy monopolizing my attention. See, here's the other problem about talking about Season 3. Hey, JT, good to see you. Here's the other problem about Season 3. If you look at the Battle Pass, we've got 54 days before Season 3 is even a thing. So everybody's talking about Season 3 already when there's like roughly 2 months, or close to 2 months, of Season 2 Episode 2 left. Daniel, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate that. Very kind of you. And no, I completely understand, Mephi. Appreciate you saying that, though.
Tactical transport.
Yeah, no, fair enough. I mean, if that's what you felt was cool, then, you know, go for it. But at the end of the day, like I said, I was just letting you know that we just don't talk leaderboards here. Either way. Mostly because here we've got strong feelings against it. Like Monster Hunter Wilds, I feel that the way they've done it is really, really good. The leaderboards are just for pride. Everybody can achieve like a mastery rank A, feel good about themselves. And then because there's so many cheaters in Monster Hunter Wilds, they couldn't even police their leaderboards. They said, you know what, we're still gonna ban cheaters on the leaderboard, but now your top timing is just pride. Everybody can get the reward real easy, so yeah. So that I felt was a really, really good move on their part, and I really respected them for doing it. Which is the same thing here. Like, I feel that if they should set up a ranking, just like they do in Monster Hunter Wilds. So leaderboard, like, if they're gonna have rewards for leaderboards, what they should do is they have an A, B, C rank clear. You get rewards in accordance. You can achieve it once per season or whatever. And then the top timings are just for pride. That way people can get it over and done with, feel satisfied with themselves, and play when they want to play. It's very respectful. It's a respectful way of engaging with your viewers' time, I think. And honestly, sure, I think you wouldn't be wrong in saying that. Yes, a lot of games do tend to release content these days, but it's kind of always the same, yeah. There's definitely that feeling here with First Descendant whereby it would appear that the only real difference is, you know, which character are you going to use to engage with content XYZ, you know? Sorry, just checking on my air conditioning. It's a hot day today. But yeah, it's just like which character are you going to use to engage with content XYZ? And it all feels like it's almost down to the same thing. So I can understand that perspective completely. It does feel that way.
Will remain on standby for air support. Good luck, Descendants.
Anyway, Daniel, nothing much is happening. We're just chilling,
Watch your
talking about the game.
load.
Doing our usual thing. And also, my chat software today is dead.
It must be shut down.
So, sorry about that. I know, right, Mystic? I'm sorry that you didn't hear me either. But don't worry, just for you, my dear friend, I'll say it louder, alright? Hey, Mystic, if you can hear this, okay, I demand that you start cheering for me right now. Okay? And you better make it believable, alright? The toddler demands attention, and I require it. So, allow me to use my manlet mode to demand thy constant attention. How about that? Did you hear that? Did that work out for you? TFD didn't reward you for leaderboard placement, just to clarify, Mephi, because I think you have a misunderstanding. Leaderboard placement for Monster Hunter Wilds was taken away because of cheaters. And more importantly, TFD didn't have rewards. So what I'm comparing it to is that if they wanted to do rewards in future, which they've cited that they want to do, I hope they do it like Monster Hunter Wilds. Meaning once you get an A rank timing, you get the reward. That's it. Anyone who wants to leaderboard or, you know, place for rank can do it of their own accord if they really want to for pride alone. Which was the same thing we had in the past, which was pride alone. And Ali Mac, well, the plague component is definitely working really well for Freyna, I can say that much. It's certainly doing quite well.
Transport en route to the Descendant's position.
So I'm liking it.
Available.
And no, Monster Hunter Wilds did not lock the rewards to the top 10k anymore. I don't know if you missed their announcement, but basically I've got the Mastery Rank Doshaguma pendant, and all I did was get an S rank, A rank. A rank? Yeah, I got an A rank clear and that's it. That's all I did. And you don't have to have a leaderboard timing within the top 10,000. This is because there are too many players playing Monster Hunter Wilds and too many cheaters. They have hundreds of thousands of players playing that game, and yeah, there are just way too many cheaters on the leaderboard for that to happen. So they themselves knew that they would not be able to police it, no matter how hard they tried. So now they do ban waves, and they still remove people if they are found cheating, but they ensure as well that basically everyone can get the reward. So again, it boils down to very respectful of the time. I need to swap back to full farming loadout just to see this. Double check. Okay, let me swap back to full farming style.
Mission complete.
Wow, Mystic. Just the sarcastic cheering, not even wholehearted cheering. I thought we were friends, homie. I thought we were friends, man. She won't even hang out with me. You know, she won't even properly cheer for me. Like, damn, bro. I'm wounded right now, you know. I'm dying right now. Well, base Vegeta, Venom Synthesis without... Look, I'm trying to say this in the nicest way possible, but it sucks ass. Why would you run Venom Synthesis when Contagion is much more efficient for farming? So, yeah. 0, Daniel. I am currently focused on what I'm doing. Oh, it's not like that, Mystic? Well, then why haven't you come and hung out with me, you know? I feel so sad. All these times I have invited you, and never once have you chosen to take me up on my offer to hang out with me. So how can I feel but wounded, my dear friend? And Mephi, it wasn't that recent. It was way before they doled out the rewards. And you're still early on hard mode. What build should you focus on? Mr. DK Curlin, please get your Ultimate Bunny build done. Then after that, you can farm any character that you like. But Ultimate Bunny is the first and most important. Imagine actually playing the game, Base Vegeta. That's disgusting. How dare you even play a game? Nah, that's wrong, man. Play a game is the most disgusting thing ever. You disgust me. I'm joking, of course. But yeah, no, listen, if that's how you want to play it, then by all means, play it your way. If you already got Ultimate Bunny, then go and farm all the various builds that I've posted on my channel. Make sure you've done every single one of the Season 2 builds. If you've done all that, then you're pretty much good to go. You haven't done all that, then you're ungood to go. Every updated build that I posted for like Serena and Ness, all that, you want to clear all that. That would be the most important thing right now. Okay, let's take a look at this. But yes, unfortunately, as you guys know, I will not be doing any kind of rapping on my channel. I've already mentioned that before. The only music I'll be promoting is my current AI music. So if you want to support my music, make sure you're fully supporting my AI music. Cheer for it. Share it with your friends and let people know how good it is. The world must know. And then maybe in future, if there is enough funding, I will happily go back to rapping. Either that or somebody drops like one of those like massive $2,000 super chats, then like, okay, sure, why not? For that kind of money, I'd say I couldn't say no to anything. It would be very uncool if I did say no at that point. Well, don't knock it until you try it. Have you heard any of my music? If you haven't, here it is. Go have a listen. You can judge it after you hear it. If you still think that it's not worth your time, John, then that's okay. But I can tell you now that you will be surprised. Understandable, but understandable, you know, Daniel, but yeah, right now rapping is just not in it for me. I would love to do it, but there is no time to write good lyrics and to also find beats and practice. So, well, if you've never heard of such a thing, then now's the time to check it out. No better time than now, John. There are so many Johns these days. It's hard to keep up with which John. Okay, back in action we go. No worries. Like I said, do have a listen and you can hear for yourself. Because like I said, my stuff, you're talking to somebody that has actually worked with music. I'm not just one of those guys that, you know, makes a song and then posts it up and claim it as mine. No, I actually work on the music. So because of that, it actually sounds pretty good. Well, I think it sounds good anyway.
This is Hound Actual, reporting extreme concentrations of void energy.
Wait,
within
perfect
the
chance
operation zone.
to bully my poor
All units, please
poor
proceed at your own
MysticDove.
discretion.
You know,
Do
I was
not
gonna
exceed
say
your limits.
I'd ask Mystic about my music, but you know she's too busy right now playing her video games to be supporting, you know, and you know praising my AI music. Oh, I bully her relentlessly. I feel so bad. Well, I mean I don't really, but I do feel a little bit bad, just a little bit, you know, just a little bit. But you see, ladies and gents, I need to do this until the day that she finally caves in and gives into peer pressure and hangs out with me. Oh, I know, Mystic, but I'm just doing this to relentlessly bully you until you decide one day to finally hang out with me, you know? This is how you say, you know how we used to shove kids in lockers? This is how I shove you in a locker on a daily basis. It's all attention-seeking behavior, you know? Toddler mindset. For anyone that is unaware, by the way, I have to give a disclaimer. We are friends. This is banter. There is no gamertag command, Kevin. And quite frankly, unless you are one of my friends, you do not need to know my gamertag. I would not add you, and I would not... do forgive me, but I would not have any association with you. People that come in and try to get my gamertag and stuff are straight up weirdos. Hope you don't mind, but that's how I feel about them. Maybe get to know me first, support my stream, show that you're one of my top supporters like MysticDove, and then maybe then I'll add you. That's actually the last song in my latest album, but yeah, have a listen. Enjoy yourself.
I am the original.
I actually don't know how MysticDove puts up with all this. You'll have to wait till she gives you an answer, Shre. Well, Kevin, if you just wanted to add a content creator in the game, then that's not how we do things here. We're very focused on community, so I'm just going to throw you out of my community right now. Okay? If you're just going to add me, that means you've got no interest in me, you've got no interest in knowing who I am, you've got no interest in supporting my content. So when I meet people like that, we curate our community here. We don't just accept any Tom, Dick, and Harry in, because unlike others, I'm not desperate for viewership. I've got my viewers, and I'm happy enough with that. So, maybe next time you come back with a better attitude, and maybe you can actually find a community to belong to. But until then, yeah, sorry, not interested in that kind of thing. I just wanted to add a creator. How disrespectful can you be?
Awaiting transfer to transport position.
Please go add some other low-level creator or whatever. Don't add me. I like to get to know my people properly. Well, John, just to clearly define it, if you want to be a top supporter, you got to have your name on the leaderboard, or be a top tier channel member, just like my dear friend MysticDove. Hence why MysticDove gets the invite to join me. If you're not, then unfortunately I do not.
Descendant.
That's how we
Confirm
separated
arrival
here.
in the operation zone. Proceed with caution.
The plague set comes with a lot of hit points, so you literally don't have to worry about survival.
Requesting strike on staging
You will just survive anything. You can, in fact, even take out, if you wanted to. You could choose to take out the secondary hit point here and add duration if you wanted to. In fact, I might do that just for fun after this. Oh, good base, Vegeta. Lots of people don't know. They think that my community is just the same as all the others out there, but nah, we're not. Here, you want respect, you gotta earn it. It's not a crash out. For me, Mephi, I'm a professional creator, so I am not just playing this game. I'm also actually a content creator for several other games. So I hold myself and, of course, my chat and my community to very professional standards. We curate our community here, like I mentioned to the other guy. I'm always friendly and polite, as long as people are friendly and polite as well. But we do curate our community. That means for people that want to be a genuine part of the community, they have to be a top supporter. Like, you want game time with me, you want that personal connection, then either you're a top supporter or you don't ever have that. You're just a viewer. Not trying to sound mean, but that's how we do it, because there has to be that clear separation. Otherwise, a lot of folks, they don't understand boundaries and lines, and I've got a lot of people to take care of in my community, so we look out for each other. Those of us in the inner circle, we look out for each other like family, practically. So yeah, it's very, very different to other places. That's why a lot of folks know that you can literally trust me. and you will be safe. You'll be all right.
Shield.
So with that, right, basically what I do is I make sure that the folks that are here, if they want to be like a genuine part of the community, then they have to show that they're really ready to ride or die for the stream. Otherwise, nah. But I don't mind if a person is just a viewer. Like, there's no, I don't force them either, you know, to say, hey, you gotta be like this level of member to even get me to talk to you or whatever. No, I talk to everybody. But just that for people that want to be a bit more, then it has to be like, it has to be the highest level, you know, of support. You have to really, really show that you're ride or die for the stream. And like I say, just like Mystic, or Arcane, or D Wilkins,
Oh my.
or Jonathan Terry,
Mission
or
complete.
any of our top
All units
supporters.
proceed to transport location. Great work out there.
Fair enough, Mephi. Oh, nothing. I'm just talking with chat, shit. I don't know why everyone always asks, what's the deal? I'm literally just, is this not a very relaxed, polite conversation? I am pretty convinced that this is a very polite and, on top of that, relaxed conversation that I'm having with most people. Now, let me do a little something just for fun. I'm going to spend a catalyst here for no reason other than to put in skill extension. Right? I just want to see what my survival is going to look like. And we're going to do it again. This is just for the giggles, really. Oh, a lot of people don't bother saying hello first, yeah. So if they don't bother saying hello first, automatically, like I said, I remember everybody that comes through my chat. So automatically in my mind, I put that guy down lower on the totem pole. It's kind of like those guys that come to my other streams, you know, and they're just like, oh, just passing through. I'll come back next time when you're streaming the game I'm interested in. In that case, I know that they're not interested in me or my content. They're not interested in me as a streamer. They're just interested in the game. Fair. But basically, I remember that about those people. And I'll look at those people and I'll say, you know, like, so I'll just be like, I'll look at those people and I'll say, okay, so this guy doesn't really care about me as a streamer. He's not going to show up when I'm streaming something else. So in future, and keep in mind that I remember everybody, in future when I see that guy, if he ever has like a big question or query, I'll make sure that's the lowest priority, you know, when I'm answering, or maybe I'm shooting the shit with Mystic and, you know, just talking some crap. I'm not even going to bother. Or sometimes I just deliberately gloss over their questions, because if they're not going to, you know, respect me as a streamer or enjoy the fact that I do other things other than TFD, you know, then I know that in terms of like the so-called pecking order, their respect for me goes as far as I'm playing this game and that's it, you know. It's okay, Memphi. I'm okay with people that only turn up because they've only got limited time. That's fine. Doesn't matter. But I always take notice, especially of those that turn up to when I'm streaming other things as well. Like I've always told people, yeah, sure, I get it. Sometimes people are just not interested in the game that I'm streaming. But I believe that when you're interested in the streamer themselves, you're having a good time with the person. That's how you show that you want to be true friends with that person. Like Ruby and Fernzilla, they show up like through all the stuff that I do. You know, they may not chat all the time, but they might be in the background. Heck, Mystic is still here. Most likely, unless she fell asleep, but he's most likely still here watching, and she does that pretty much no matter what I do. Granted, I do give her crap when she's late, just because it's funny, and of course, it is within the boundaries of our friendship. But yeah, as long as I can see that people are here for me, then I'm fine. You know. But it's very easy as a streamer to tell, you know. And I think that when a lot of people are new in the industry or smaller in the industry, they tend to worry more about this because they don't want to lose viewers. But for me, I no longer worry about that. Rather, what's most important right now is finding those viewers that want to stick with me no matter what, because the gaming industry is such that you will never be able, these days anyway, you can't just be like in the old days where you're known for one game and you get to stick with it for 6 years and be the biggest, baddest guy ever and make lots of money for years and years, save up, and then have a huge fan base that you can pull to other games. It doesn't really work that way anymore. Now it's like you got to constantly shift, so your fan base is also constantly shifting, and because people, you know, they sometimes have no interest in the particular game, or they don't have interest in this, they don't have interest in that, you end up with this like very very watery viewer base, and it's difficult. So whenever I see people that value my content or that are willing to hang out with me no matter what, then I truly do value them. All right, go ahead. You can go back to ninjaing all you like, Fernzilla. No problem. But one day,
This is Hound
One day.
Actual to all personnel. Void storm is intensifying.
I'll collect what you owe me.
Conditions are
Alright.
unfavorable.
I'll make sure I use your
Caution.
favorite
Over.
accent and collect exactly what you owe me. Someday. See, I can't just bully Mystic. I've got to bully you too. Everyone gets bullied. All my
Specialized
friends
focus
get
aircraft
bullied.
has stopped to resupply. It's defenseless. Shoot it down.
I'm sure you'll enjoy the accent. That's why I'm also sure you'll give me what I want one day. I'm a man that always gets what he wants. Except apparently, getting Mystic to hang out with me. Well, yeah, pretty much, Mephi. Oh, by the way, just for the sake of professionalism, in general, I try to avoid referring to creators by name. In this context, it's okay, but just a heads up for everybody. Normally, we don't ever refer to creators by name. Like I said, in this particular context, because we're just talking about a topic, it's fine. But most of the time, we don't, and this is just a general warning to the public because it's considered unprofessional, and it can cause drama even if it's innocent and innocuous. Because that's just how people on the internet are these days, and I'm sorry about that, but yeah. Usually whenever I say anything, I'll just say, yeah, I know a different creator that does this or whatever, without naming names. Got to be careful. But yeah, for me, as a creator, I have 100% confidence that I'm going to make it big. It's just a matter of time for me. But that's why it's so important to me to curate and develop my community now. Because I know that the people that are with me now are going to be the make or break when I'm in a much more advanced state. And especially if I have to rely upon the help of others. Because as you grow in size, you are going to 110%, without doubt or question, you are going to need to rely
Large
upon
Vulgus
others.
presence confirmed in
And
the
that will always be the
operation zone.
case.
Descendant, on your feet.
I would suggest watching my update notes videos, and you should always read the update notes videos. And Fernzilla, don't you dare lie to people or I will smack you. Be honest. Ines was nerfed like hell, but she's alright now. She's semi-survivable. Decent, but not great anymore. Like, honestly, she is okay. However, look, I will also say that in all fairness, a lot of people that are saying that she's still fine, I have to say that they're still in denial because there are a lot of others that are genuinely now stronger, especially with the new external component sets that got released. Like, hell, Freyna's bossing is actually better than Ines's, and that's just sad. So we have to be honest about that, as much as I, you know, appreciate your statements. We should never lie to others. We gotta be fully honest. Yay, I tick boxes! Woo! In your own words, what kind of boxes do I tick? I've always been interested in knowing. It's a very interesting conversation. Because not the first time I've heard that I inspire loyalty in some viewers. So I'm just very curious, like, what exactly is it for you personally that makes a difference? So that I can see where my strengths are and maybe lean into them a little more. Because Fern has a hidden mean streak. I'm sort of starting to see Fern's personality. She's a very nice lady on the surface, but I think she's got a hidden mean streak, you know?
Troops are on the ground. Transport ship
Ruby
will
is
remain on
very
standby for air
straightforward,
support.
at least as far as I can tell. Very straight up, very straightforward, and she will not hesitate to make fun of you. She called me a manlet twice, and I'm never forgetting that. All right? I will never ever forget that grave injustice in my life, ever. I mean, I am, but still, you know, still grave injustice.
Specialized Vulgus aircraft.
She
is
did her
about to
fellow,
resupply.
you
It's
know,
defenseless.
short person dirty,
Shoot it down.
and I'll forever be wounded about it. I did, but still, how dare she? Okay.
How was that?
And Mystic. Well, I'll tell y'all about Mystic when she finally shows up again, so that I can bully her.
Shield is damaged.
But only good things. Only good things. Right now, she's probably farming some shit and deliberately tuning my volume down to 0 so she can ignore me more effectively. Listen, okay?
Watch your feet.
Anything... I've been on the internet long enough, Lawbreaker, to understand that anything under... that's 5'6" or under is considered short, okay? I get it. You don't have to comfort me that way. I get it, okay? I accept my status as a manlet, but I will forever be filled with the rage, the righteous rage, Lawbreaker,
I see a gap in
that
the
allows me to
enemy's air
smite the
defenses.
kneecaps
We can provide air
of those that are taller.
Ground.
Such is my empowerment.
Burn.
You know, it's my passive ability that makes me stronger.
Melt away.
Honestly, shit, it's a toss-up for me. I actually don't mind whether Mystic is chilling or whatever. I just enjoy thoroughly bullying her because she's one of my few friends that kind of like Star and Arcane. They let me bully them a little bit, so I take it, you know, in stride, and I enjoy, like, you know, the banter that I have in between them. That's all really. I don't genuinely believe that they'd ignore me, and more importantly, if they have stuff to do, like, yo, I'm not gonna disturb them. So, if Insta-Reels diss 5'10" and 5'11", then they can all go to hell. Those people got unrealistic standards. You know, funnily enough, a lot of ladies these days are doing the opposite. Rather, they realize that the tall guys just, you know, have overinflated egos. So funnily enough, they seem to be gravitating towards the shorter guys, which is something that I found quite funny when I saw it on the internet. But either way, I don't really care about that. You know, I am very safe and secure in my relationship. I'm fine. I'm all good. You know, I'm satisfied. But, you know, it's funny for stream, so I talk about the manlet thing because it's funny. Okay, fair enough, Ruby. Well, listen, personal opinion, that's totally fine as well. I respect it. And I appreciate you.
Super chat was
See, that's what she does right there. You see, just when I'm about to thank you for your honest opinion and honest, you know, vibe right there, and then she goes, look at what she said right there. Look at that. Right there. This grave injustice is why. You know? This is why I smite kneecaps. This is it. I will smite everybody's kneecaps for this grave injustice. I'm telling you, grave injustice. Not even talking small level injustice. Not even talking a normal level injustice. No, I'm talking grave injustice, ladies and gents. Grave. Absolutely grave. And I think Mystic really did fall asleep. Either that or 100% ignored now. Yep. I think I'm going to go with the story that she has decided to fully ignore me now, you know, because she's tired of dealing with my constant poking. So now, the next time she shows up, I have an absolute reason
This is
to
HQ.
be sad.
Troops are on the ground.
And then
Transport
I
is
will
en
be
route
all
to
like
standby
super
position.
sadgasm.
Best of luck, Descendant.
Oh, sure you did, Ruby. Yep, absolutely. Just had to show it, you know. Yeah, that's how it is, right? Just had to show it. Venom Sins is a lot better now, though. I do have to admit that. Oh, just to show your housemate, huh? Just to show your housemate my reaction. I will remember this, okay? Your kneecaps, you might be shorter than me, but your kneecaps, and you might be older than me too, but your kneecaps are not safe from this, okay? Oh, no. I would never, ever use the back of my hand, no. The back of my hand is reserved in a fight with other men, all right? You know, some people might say don't pull that chivalry stuff, but for the most part, I would never, ever use my hands on a lady. Unless the lady deserved it, then she getting equal rights and lefts. But for the most part, no. I generally do not ever raise my hands with ladies. Hell, I don't even shout loudly most of the time. I don't think it's respectable behavior. If I have to have an argument with somebody, I try to make sure it's polite and with some degree of respect, mutual respect. But I love that saying, Mephi. I love that saying. God made big men, God made small men. But this here makes us equal.
Descendant.
Yeah, cactus knees. Imagine having cactus knees. Nerd.
Smoke detonation device.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, Paul. I do what I want, and I want what I do. I always believe in being authentic, because I think that at the end of the day, we've had enough of being, you know, people just being inauthentic. So, yeah, I think it's just very much more important that I am who I am, you know? I am whatever people say I am. If I wasn't, then why would I say I am? In the news and the papers every day I am. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah, now that you can Venom Synthesis in the air, it's pretty good. I like that they've done that. Definitely have to check Fiesta again now. Simply because I feel like there might be more viability. Oh, you see? There she is. There's my mystical dove right there. And guess what? She was totally ignoring me. There's the proof, ladies and gents. I told you. I told you that she just ignores me on a regular basis. There you go. There you go, right there. She was just busy playing video games. Welcome back, oh mystical one. I see that you're now taking a break from whatever activity you were doing. Kyle, you're the housemate of Ruby. Oh my god, your name is Kyle. Okay, okay, so Monster Energy, your favorite brand of drinks? Every Kyle gets asked that, straight up. But you know what? I'm glad you think I'm awesome, Mystic. And I think you're awesome too. Thank you for being a part of the nation. And of course, thank you for dealing with my banter, you know? Thank you for dealing with my constant banter and constant shenanigans. I know it's a lot to put up with, but I appreciate you putting up with it. It's very kind of you. Now, you finally gonna hang out with me? I'm gonna ask her that every single time until she gives in. No. You see, you wouldn't need to focus if you would hang out with me on voice, so that I can talk to you and bully you effectively while you play. You see, it's two birds with one stone. Okay, it's two birds with one stone, man. You know, come on. Let today finally be the day that you like. Okay, you know what? Come hang out with me on voice so I can bully you 3 times more effectively while you're busy focusing on leveling an S. I'm not even asking you to play the game with me. I'm just asking you to sit here so I can, you know, absolutely shred you completely down to your very atoms. No problem, Mephi. Catch you later.
Reporting extreme concentrations of void energy within the operation zone. All units, please proceed at your own discretion, but do not exceed your limits.
Listen. You don't have to give me excuses. I understand. I understand that you are terrified of being in the presence of a living God, but it's okay, Mystic. I promise I won't curse you. All right? My younger brother, Kyle, also likes fighting the Danger Pickle. I don't know its actual name, but I'm looking forward to fighting it eventually. Yeah, you absolutely should, Mystic. You should absolutely join in right now, you know. Come hang out in the background. Look. You said you wanted to, right? What better time than now? The right words. I thought the right words was me yelling at you lightly. For example, I think you should be in here now. And I would like to not have to
Arcane
ask
life
again.
signs detected inside a vulgar structure.
I know it's Devilly Joe, but I don't know how to pronounce it because I've never encountered it. I want to hear it in the actual game before I embarrass myself.
Shield is down.
Well, actually, Paul, the only thing that I will say is that it's actually worth it getting YouTube Premium. Not to pay YouTube money, but because it pays your streamers. That way, rather than having to watch ads to pay your streamers, or sit through ads to pay your streamers, you can just enjoy their content and put on more of their content. It's also not that expensive per month. So I would genuinely recommend YouTube Premium. Sure, YouTube gets a portion of that money, but if you're spending most of your time at my streams and whatnot, you get a much better streaming experience, uninterrupted, and I get paid. So it helps me out too. Which means that you can help me out practically for free while getting a better YouTube experience for yourself. So, you know, let me know. That's another one that my younger brother tells me about, Frenzilla. Bezogese or something, whatever, the B-52 bomber. And Mystic, listen, alright? You just tell me what are the right words to say to you, and I will get you in here to hang out with me, alright? I'm waiting, come on. Come on. What will it take for you to finally come hang out with me in voice roll? Just so I can bully you more effectively. What will it take for me to get you in here, you know? Because now you're busy doing a defense mission and whatnot, you know? Obviously, I cannot interact with you and shred your entire confidence and reality, so, you know, I'd like to completely dismantle you, so help me dismantle you more effectively.
Mission complete. All units proceed to transport location. Great work out there.
Basil geese. I do want to fight all these monsters that I've never heard of before. I think it'd be really cool one day. Hello, Brandon. How's it going? What? No. That's not worse at all. Okay. You tell me what you want to hear, Mystic, and I will say it.
Descendant.
And I will say
Enemy units are being
whatever it
transferred in
takes.
large numbers.
All right, to get you in
must
here with
protect their
us.
point of origin.
Well, there's no us today because Arcane is probably shattered and resting, but with me today. All right. What's it gonna take? What's it gonna take? You tell me. I'll make it happen. All right. I'm glad you're doing good, Brandon. I just want to know, Mystic, what's it gonna take for us to finally get to hang out? All right. I know your housemate is, but we gotta have some pride, mate. I'm not letting Ruby just call me a freaking manlet. Doesn't matter if we are. All right. It's not how it works. No. No, absolutely not.
How was that? Burn.
There's no mercy in me for that kind of shenanigans.
Melt away.
Do the Australian one.
Deploying
Why do I have to do the Australian accent?
I am
Okay.
original.
I don't want to do an Australian accent. Not right now. Actually, you know what? Maybe that'll be what finally gets MysticDove to hang out with me. You know, do the Australian accent and be all like, yeah, today we've got a rare MysticDove with us. Alright? She's a rare specimen. Rarely ever found out in the wilds. Oh, that's terrible. The other one. is the you got to have the Russian accent, you know. Every time people come to my stream, they say you are capitalist dog supporting American streaming service. All right, there you go.
Watch your.
And last but not least, you know,
Oh my.
I've got the Scotsman.
Operation completed.
That one's Ferenzilla's
Awaiting
favorite.
transfer to
She
transport
owes me a selfie for that.
Well done,
But no, yesterday she's all like, "Oh no, I'm going out with my boyfriend. Can't get you a selfie." Yeah, no, I like the accent. I'll take it. You know, music to my ears and all that. But yeah, no, sorry. Gotta have a date with my boyfriend instead. You know, gonna be busy. Don't think I've ever forgotten that grave injustice. Just wait one day. All right. See, Mystic is still here. I thought you were doing a defense again. No. Come on. Mystic, hurry up. You gotta tell me what you need me to say. All right, to finally get you in here. Like, what do I have to do the whole Australian Steve-O and rare animal thing? Like, ladies and gents, we've got a MysticDove in her natural environment right here.
Void energy within the operation zone.
So yeah,
Please
she's
proceed at your own
she's
discretion.
chilling out right now. You can see her just hanging out in that branch over there.
How's that?
Right now, she's just sitting on the branch. Absolute beauty. She's just relaxing in a natural environment. Oh, that's terrible. But anyway, no. Seriously. What do I have to say to get you finally cave in, Mystic? Tell me.
Bird.
Yeah, everyone can do Singaporean accent when we all born in Asia. I think if I'm born in Asia and then I cannot do Singaporean accent, there's something wrong already, you know.
Descendant, we're detecting arcade light.
But yeah,
flashes
all the
inside
Asian
a vaulted
accents are
structure.
100% for sure. Uncle Robot calls you maximum. Oh no! Damn it, Uncle Robot failed his grapple. Don't look at Uncle Robot right now.
Shield.
My friend, I got no MSG.
This is your grave.
Descendant. I will do his bidding. I will serve his honor.
No, slower. Yeah, it's my build anyway. It's the same build I have, but the only thing I'm doing is I put on the plague set and I'm just running around with Venom Synthesis. That's all. Nothing special, mate.
Why am I?
They're about the same. Like, if you use
Extraction from
Contagion,
Operation
alright?
Zone initiated.
So I do my Australian
Good work,
accent, but if you're
Descendant.
just using Contagion, you'd kill them about the same. I don't think you'd kill him any faster with Venom Synthesis. No problem, Lewis. Thank you as always for hanging out. I really appreciate it. And for anyone that didn't understand that, Venom Synthesis is roughly the same as Contagion. Either or, you're not going to go any faster with Venom Synthesis than you are with Contagion because, quite frankly, despite the fact that you get increased movement speed, you don't spread your toxins as far, which means that, realistically speaking, you're putting in more effort to get the same shit done. You get what I mean? So
Descendant,
overall,
confirm arrival
there
of
is
the operation
no
zone.
extra
Proceed
speed
with caution.
with Venom Synthesis, unfortunately. You want me to do an American redneck accent?
Shield is down.
Best I can give you is cowboy. So no, my redneck's not that good, and also think it might be a little bit stereotypical. I'd rather not go that far. So yeah, no. But yeah, American Redneck, nope.
Arcane life signs detected
No, I
inside
cannot.
the structure.
I can only do accents. I'm not good with other languages. Aussie Bogan. What are you expecting from Aussie Bogan? Like, really? You want me to say, I'm a bloke, I'm a yobbo, and me best mate's name is Robbo? That what you're expecting? Cause no. I grew up in Australia, for those that don't know. Alright, so I'm Singaporean by birth, grew up in Australia, but I still served in the Singapore military when I turned 18. In fact, because we finished high school at 17, I enlisted early. I was a year younger than everybody else. Still took no shit from anybody, though. I lived in Perth since I was about 13, so yeah, pretty much right after primary school. I lived in Perth, mate. Went to public school with the rest of the yobos. I wasn't exactly rich. I know I'm a legend, mate. But yeah, no. I had a very unique upbringing, as you can tell.
Mission complete. Transport inbound. See you soon.
Yeah, it's up to you, Eric. Like, honestly, they give you about the same, especially now with the recent buff to Venom Synthesis, where you can drop the puddles as you go over them. So it's pretty much the same. Like, in the past, Venom Synthesis was at most 10 seconds slower because you couldn't drop the puddles in the air, but now you can, so it's all good.
This is HQ. Troops are on the ground. Transport is en route to standby position.
I do like Contagion for that, yes, it's true.
This is your grave. Burn.
The specialized Vulgus aircraft has stopped to resupply. It's defenseless. Shoot it down.
How was that?
Realistically, now is the best time to prefer either Contagion or Venom Synthesis because you won't get in trouble using either one. They are both the same.
Watch your feet.
In this game, both are same.
Watch your feet. How was that? Ah, shield. Load.
Descendant, air support is standing by. On your signal, will initiate suppressive fire.
How was that? This is great.
God. Okay.
Watch your feet. Melt away.
Come on, Oblivion. Hurry up and show up so I can kill you. One batch, two batch, penny and dime.
Shield is down.
You will be right.
Operation completed. Awaiting transfer to transport position. Well done, Descendant.
Hey, Enlightened Mage MP recovery modifier. Perfect. I still don't have the main component, but we're getting there. Almost to it. Now this one with firearm proficiency I can just drop. Okay. Enlightened Mage, Enlightened Mage. I just need one more, guys. Just one more, then I can test it out. Oh, wait. Two more. Oh, bugger. Well, that's fine. Do I drink any energy drinks? Not anymore. I am desperately trying to lose weight again, so I can get back to my proper self. See, I used to do shirtless streams in the past, and I'm no longer fit enough to do that, so I'm trying to get back to that. So yeah, no longer consuming energy drinks. I used to when I was working, put on so much weight because of that. Funnily enough, I was a huge fan of Monster energy drinks. I used to guzzle those things all the time. Not exactly good for my health, I would say that much. The mystical dove must be doing another defense because she has not answered what I'm supposed to say to poke her in the eye. Hey, Kaz is awake.
Descendant, confirm arrival at the operation zone. Proceed with caution.
One thing that I gotta say is that I do like the sizzling sound. The sizzling sound is the best sound.
Descendant, we're
They're
detecting
melting in the
arcane life
acid.
signs inside a vulgar structure.
Damn it. Watch your feet. This is your grave. How was that?
Master Corral, Descendant. I will do his bidding. I will serve the Earth.
Burn. This is your grave.
Am I?
Mission complete. Transport inbound. See you soon.
One batch, two batch, penny and dime. Love it. Yes, energy drinks are bad for your enamel too, that's true. Heard of the Kickstarters? Nope. Trying to get off the Red Bull. Fair enough. But yeah, either way, energy drinks are not healthy for you.
Confirm arrival at the operation zone. Proceed with caution.
And the grapple sending me flying is the movement technique. If you don't know how to do this yet, look up the YouTube short that teaches you. It's one of the most important techniques that everybody should know. Alright? Once you learn this very simple technique, your gaming life is going to go a lot faster. Try and find it yourself. It's in the YouTube shorts. It says, learn this movement trick, sure. But if you cannot find it, I can link you later. Give it a go, try and find it, because you will learn quickly that it's quite important. Anybody that doesn't do this when they're moving is basically a noob at the game. Only anybody who knows the technique and has graduated to pro status will be able to use it. Because it's pretty important, and it's a great way of getting around. And so when people ask me about the technique, I know, this person's new. Doesn't matter how many hours you put in, you know, you hit that new status when you don't have this technique.
Descendant, the transport has dropped a wide-ranged shaping charge on the ground. We need it to purify the void energy. Prime the detonator with your RK, then hit the detonation device.
Melt away.
Passion Elias. Deploying RK. I am the original.
Watch your feet.
Am I?
Extraction from operation zone initiated. Good work.
The sniper is the ATOMs. And yes, Serena does go wee with that particular movement technique. It's true. You have to melee just before the grapple ends. So it has to be done before the grapple ends in order to get it right. Also, if I don't reply to chat for a little while, guys, it's because today my chat software, they said they're undergoing a DDoS attack, direct denial of service attack. So I have to use YouTube's native pop-up chat, and it's so bad.
This is Hound Actual, reporting extreme concentrations of void energy within the operation zone. All units, please proceed at your own discretion, but do not exceed your limits.
Large-scale Vulgus transfer confirmed. Descendant, stop the enemy troop deployment.
Where most people go wrong is that they don't hit it before the grapple ends. They hit it after the grapple ends. See, if you hit it after the grapple ends, then you just end up like... Oh, well, even that was before, sorry. Try and be a lot more obvious. It ends up punching them down toward the ground. So the trick is, it's just before the grapple ends. And you just gotta practice the timing, that's it. Literally explained in my short. If you ever see a sniper with a charging mechanic, everyone knows that's the ATOMs. No other sniper in the game has a charging base mechanic.
New super chat received.
Hey, thanks for the super chat. I appreciate it very much, but the YouTube chat is so bad, right? The super chat ain't even show up. So y'all gotta give me a second. Thank you, Paul. Yep, getting the components is a pain, Marcelo. The only reason I'm even doing it, and the only reason I'm having fun doing it, is because I got a chat to talk to. Otherwise, this would be an extremely, extremely boring thing to do, which is part of the reason why this entire player base has sort of gone to smash. This is one of the lowest weekends we've ever had so far. So, yep. It's a big problem for the devs, and they better start getting concerned about it.
New super chat received.
Hey, Fernzilla, thank you so much. I appreciate you doing that.
Tichon Elias. Deploying RK.
One of my top MYR supporters.
Shield is down.
Well, thank you very kindly for finishing up my goal. But just so you know, I'm just going to restart the goal all over again. You know, go to try and make more of a reason for me to be playing on the Ferris Descendant. Right now, I'm running out of reasons to play, but thank you so kindly, my friend. Eh, no problem, Ruby. I thank you, though. Really nice of you. Of course, I still won't forget about what I want from you, Fernzilla, but, you know, I still appreciate it. This and that are separate, of course.
Extraction from operation zone initiated.
But thank you guys for helping me
Descendant.
clear the goal once. Alright. Now I'm gonna put a crystallization catalyst. Catalyze goal. So I just put a crystallization catalyst in the goal, and here we go. Thank you guys very much, though. I'm very, very grateful. It's nice to see the goal finished. And you're most welcome, Ruby. I'm happy to help. I'm glad the information I deliver to you can help.
Troops are on the ground. Transport ship will remain on standby for air support. Good luck, Descendants.
Shield is damaged.
A specialized Vulgus aircraft has appeared over the operation zone. Blasted out of the sky.
Watch your feet. Shield is down. This is your grave. Damn it.
Tactical transport en route to the Descendants' position. Close air support available. Danger close.
Burn. Melt away.
God. Okay.
Watch your feet.
Lol. The boss came up so close I had to shoot him in the crotch. Oh well. Oh, he died anyway.
Hound actual to HQ. Mission complete.
I mean,
Requesting transport.
I've never once lied about how good they are. It's just they're designed to work. I operate on a simple principle. Minimal effort. As long as you just put in minimal effort, you know, you should be able to win. Winning means that all I have to do is just, well, the bare minimum. And that's the way I like to build my builds. Because look, like I've always said, people don't have time. People do not have
This is
time
Hound actual to
to
all
be playing
personnel.
shit, the same
Void
shit
storm is
over and over again.
intensifying.
As it is, it's already
Conditions are
boring as hell
unfavorable.
to grind this
Proceed with
Enlightened
caution.
Mage set.
Over.
And I'm doing it solely because I want to see the Valby, how Valby's build functions with it, you know? I bet it's going to be insanely faster.
How was that?
And I also want to try it on Guile. For anyone that doesn't know, I'm joking. Kyle, obviously. Right, I want to try it on Kyle, just so I can see what'll happen there. And if I can create a hyper powerful smackdown type set. Most people do, Ruby. A lot of people always like to say, ugh, he's so arrogant, but like at the end of the day, there's a reason why everybody literally comes to hang out here. Sure, you can prefer whoever you want, you know, hang out with whoever you want, but everybody comes back to the bot in the end. That's why I tell most people, you don't really want to get thrown out of here, because if you get thrown out and you're not coming back, you're the one who's going to lose out in the end. It's the same for every single game that I played, you know. There are always people that claim that they're better than me, do better than me, and they can indeed showcase that they're better than me. Maybe by spending 12, 14 hours on the game, inordinate amounts of time, get their fan base to try and big them up, but I don't need that to win. And in the end, what's going to happen is that, well, I hope I never have to quit, but if I ever did quit this game, just like with all the other games that I've quit and no longer go back to, you'll get people from like 2-3 years later saying, I still check out your builds, bro. Are you ever coming back? Like, I would hate for that to happen, but it's been my reality throughout this entire time that I've done this as a career. Like, if I'm sounding like I'm bragging, I'm really not. It's just that I know what I'm doing for most games. I test it myself. I see if it's effective, and you know, if it makes me feel comfortable, if I can enjoy playing the game without worrying, without stress, that means that my time is being used effectively. So yeah. The thing I try to be robotic about is the standards of my work. I try to be professional and logical at all times because that's important. Also, fun fact, there's a reason why the grapple trick was not known in Season 0 or the older seasons. Because up until Keelan came into the game, Bunny was the only realistic farmer at that time. And this was also before Freyna's rework. So at that time, because Bunny was the big champ, and she didn't really rely on the grapple back then. There were no speed sticks either. She didn't really rely on the grapple to go further and faster. She just ran past all the enemies. So literally all your farming and all your work farming was spent just doing this on the ground, just running in a set direction, because there was no need to grapple and be in the air. But with the advent of other characters that have slightly different farming styles of play, but who can also keep up, maybe with a little grapple technique, the grapple technique was more common and became more commonly used. So starting in, I think, halfway through season 1, people started to bring up the grapple technique, which we'd known about since Season 0 but never applied. So then we started to teach all about that. And that is how we ended up in its current state where, you know, there's a lot of people that still don't know the trick. Because a lot of veterans that knew the trick have already left.
Hound actual to
So they see
HQ.
somebody who's a veteran
Mission
playing,
complete.
they're gonna be all like, "Oh,
Requesting
what's this?
transport
What's this
support.
special trick?" You know, like, "Well, how do you get your grapple to send you flying and all that?" You know.
This is HQ. Troops are on the ground. Transport is en route to standby position. Best of luck, Descendant.
Let's get back in there.
How was that? Ugh, damn it.
But I think that right now, if anyone wants, right, go get yourself a plague set for Freyna. I highly, highly recommend it.
Specialized vulgar
Although I
services
initially
specially
felt that the
supplied.
set should be
It's
designed for
defenseless.
Keelan, Freyna actually benefits far more than Keelan does. Because Keelan is too reliant on cooldown, so he's literally stuck. This is Freyna, dude. That is true, Frenzilla. But yeah, this is Freyna. If you see enemies dying to poison puddles, that's Freyna.
This is your grave.
This particular map, I tell you, I hate the most.
Melt away.
It'd always be my least favorite one, solely because it's so annoying. He can be, but he's more like Black Panther, to be
Large
honest.
Vulgus presence confirmed in the operation zone. Descendant, on your
Frenzilla, that would just turn him into Genji, my dear friend.
Watch your feet.
Then they would get sued by both Blizzard and Ubisoft for copying Yasuke, as well as Overwatch. Dude, the guy died so hard from the poison. I didn't even have time to shoot. Damn. One batch, two batch, penny and dime.
You will be like
Hound actual to
Respectable.
HQ. Mission complete. Requesting transport support.
But do enjoy yourself. Just remember that if you are making any purchases, and this goes across the board for anybody, don't forget to register me as your creator, yeah? And if you registered me more than a month ago, hit that link and register me again. Always good to renew your support of the one and only Asian robot.
This is Hound Actual, reporting extreme concentrations of void energy within the operation zone. All units, please proceed at your own discretion, but do not exceed your limits.
Shield is down.
I just say it because of the show.
Watch your feet.
Yesterday's update? I think you mean Thursday's update. But yeah, no, it's nothing important. Just that now Freyna, you see, I can go in the air and it will still drop venom puddles. Previously, you had to be on the ground while dropping venom puddles. So they streamlined that. They also added a feature whereby you can see your countdowns in physical time. So if you go to the gameplay section and you set skill cooldowns to on, it'll show you your skill cooldowns in actual time. So these two are the most important things so far. Hopefully that helps. I realized I had forgotten about skill cooldowns in actual time. Lol. I turned it on the other day, but I don't know why it's back to being off again. Must have been an accident.
Wide-range shaping charge drop complete. Begin the void energy purification operation. Descendant, prime the detonator with your arcade. Then activate the remote detonation device.
Melt away.
But yeah, I don't know if it's a legitimate book, Ruby.
How was that?
Tichon Elias. Deploying RK. I am the original.
Loading. Damn it.
Yeah, no problem. I didn't know until a viewer told me. I actually missed it in the patch notes, so I didn't do a video. Because for me, I was just like, why bother doing a video? There's nothing in here that's important. Then they told me, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. Now I understand.
Mission complete. All units proceed to transport
1
location.
second.
Great work.
Okay, let's see what we got so far. Wow, the Enlightened Mage set is crap so far. Still don't have a good one after all this time. Oh my lord, just let me test it. Why? This is so bad. Valby, no. Valby cannot drop water puddles when she's grappling. Only Viessa and Freyna, as per the patch notes. It was just a quality of life, yeah. Valby cannot. That's why Valby doesn't do that. Valby just throws her little orb of water. Yeah, go and double check though. Valby only throws her orb of water. She doesn't. When she's in water form, you can't grapple. You can try it out in the lab right now. When she's in water form, what's she gonna grapple? She's literally made of water. She can't even hold the grapple.
This is Hound Actual, reporting extreme concentrations of void energy within the operation zone. All units, please proceed at your own discretion, but do not exceed your limits.
RK life signs detected inside a Vulgus structure.
Yeah, Valby can still place water while jumping, but she cannot grapple. That's the issue.
Shield is down. Ah, my shield.
I mean, you can roll water play Valby, but the most effective way to play her is no Transcendent module. Like if you want to farm, like skill farm with her, no Transcendent module and just spamming her first skill is the best way to go. Not the most fun way, but you will actually have the highest efficiency just doing that. I can absolutely guarantee it. Which is part of the reason why I was like, what the hell? Because that to me is not exactly the funnest way to play the game. But it is the most effective. It's very hard to beat its effectiveness. One batch, two batch. Penny and dime.
Mission complete. Transport inbound.
Here I
See you
come.
soon.
Here I come. Gliding around for hours in a circle is not fun. That's the big problem. It is garbage. Not exactly the greatest gameplay, I'll tell you that much.
Descendant, confirm arrival at the operation zone. Proceed
See,
with caution.
that's all cool until you discover that your movement speed, if you have a speed stick with Valby, is slower while in water form than without it. Which means that you just like end up flopping. Like you end up completing a run slower. So it looks all cool until you end up being slow as heck. And then being slow as heck is uncool because basically everybody else just nowadays everybody's got a speed stick. They're just gonna outrun you completely. And that is the whole reason why a lot of Valbys are like, what the hell? Because literally you want to play her fast, you slap on a speed stick and you just spam one. Like it's just silly, you know what I'm saying?
Descendant, we're
Like,
detecting RK life
it's
signs
not
inside
exactly
a
the
Vulgus
greatest thing
structure.
to enjoy. Not exactly the greatest way to enjoy a game either.
How was that?
Like when I discovered it, I was like, oh, this is nice and fast, but it just doesn't feel like, you know,
Melt away.
like it's fun. Feels very opposite.
This is your grave. Shield is down.
I will do his bidding. I will serve it all.
One batch, two batch, penny and dime. Here I
Operation
come.
completed.
Here I come.
Awaiting transfer to transport position. This is HQ. Troops are on the ground. Transport is en route to standby position. Best of luck, Descendants.
Descendant, we've confirmed a large-scale Vulgus transfer. Attack their deployment point.
You see, that's the problem, Sean. There's 54 days of this season left to go. And everybody's already hoping for more content. You see why that's a problem? And this is the whole thing that I've been trying to say this entire time. Sure, you got the addicts who are still chasing, you know, top leaderboards and stuff, which is great. But most of us veterans, we've exhausted most of the normal content. And other than trying out these external component sets, just so I can pop out some videos for you guys next week, you know, I think that there's a serious lack of content problem. Everybody's been talking about a lack of content. Playable content, true. There is content to play, but it's just the same repetitive, grindy bullcrap. And all we can really do is try and accomplish it faster with different characters. But even then, it's the same gameplay. Sure, I'm using ice today, I'm using poison today, but it's all starting to blend together into one big, gigantic, you know, blender.
Captain Elias, deploying RK. I am the original.
This is your grave.
True. Many games do have this problem, but I think the problem is that we feel it more because this is our game right now. So obviously we want it to be great, but yeah. It needs to be truly different, you know?
Great work out there.
Even another game that I know, Warhammer 40,000 Darktide, struggled with this kind of thing for a long time. It's definitely not easy. But the devs, I think they need to start by understanding what their audience wants. Like, okay, look, as much as I hate saying it, if they're gonna go full Gooner, then they should just hurry up and go full Gooner. Right now they're beating around the bush, which is the exact same thing I mentioned before. They can't do this.
Troops are on the ground. Transport ship will remain on standby for air support. Good luck, Descendants.
We all did, Sean. But along the way, I think they got caught up with their community. That's what I've always said for Anzilla. They don't have the vision of what they want the game to be because they got too caught up with serving their Discord and Reddit community, which does not consist of real gamers. Discord and Reddit is, for the most part, excuse me, I always choke when I put on Carmex on my lips. Very good for my lips, though. Gotta keep them nice and soft, you know? But anyway, the thing is that they appear, in my personal opinion, to have completely forgotten.
It's defenseless.
To have completely forgotten what they want to be and what they want to achieve. That's their main issue. They lack this vision because they themselves chose to cater solely to their Discord and, you know, Reddit communities instead of focusing on the actual people. Hey, you're back again, Mystic. Sorry, what is it that you do know? Oh, lol. Yes, I need to keep my lips nice and soft. I love how you come in just to comment on that, you know. Homie just sitting silently in the background. Still refuses to hang out with me. Then, when it comes to talking about my lips, you know, just coming in here and making a comment like, yo. Just for the record, she stays out of the official Discord. Not my Discord. My Discord is not toxic at all. The official Discord, hell yeah.
I see a gap in the enemy's air defenses.
You better be specific. I agree, Fernzilla. They are not truly aligning with what the community wants. You know, Mystic, I can accept if you say that I'm toxic, but, you know. I walked into the official Discord for 5 minutes and walked straight back out. I do not want to hang around those people for the most part. like I said, I see a lot of parallels between what happened to the other game that ended up with the world's most racist community. You know, it was sick what happened with that game. And I hope to God it doesn't happen here, but I see a lot of the same signs. Yeah. It definitely is. Which is why Mystic is here supporting me instead. I'm the perfect amount of toxic? Whoa, what did you do with Mystic? What's this compliment that I'm randomly getting? You bigging up my confidence here. But you still haven't answered. When we hanging? When are we hanging? Huh? I notice you have evaded my question every single time, but I'm not letting it go. When are you hanging out with me, huh? The question's been asked, friendo. But I do enjoy being the perfect amount of toxic. Also, I literally love how this person been silent this whole time, and then I'm putting Carmex on my lips, and that's when she comments like, "What are you doing? You staring at my lips this entire time?" Like, yo, homie, what the hell? This fella, I tell you, this fella.
Void energy within the operation zone. All units, please proceed at your own discretion, but do not exceed your limits.
In due time. In due time, really. Due time is not a freaking time frame, okay? Hurry up. Hola, Funzilla. Mystic is not like that, okay? She's a nice person. Only you, I know you secretly staring in the background. 100% got boyfriend already, but you still here staring, I tell you. Still want to hear the Scottish accent some more, walao eh. Mystic, lol. She called you out, bro. You know, you just gonna take that, Mystic? You know, she making you seem like you staring at me for unscrupulous reasons. All right. Hey, y'all best be careful. All right. If anything unscrupulous were to go on, Kaz would be the first to hang me, and then you, and then me again. And I wouldn't let anything unscrupulous go on anyway, because I'm not that sort of guy. All right. I just genuinely like spending time with my friends. So excuse you all. Alright. Whatever goes on between me and Mystic is 100% platonic and friendly. She's a very nice person. And somebody that I get along with. I vibe with her. You know? She's a nice person. So of course I want to hang out with nice people. Nice people are in a shortage these days. So yeah, I would like some company. Some company that I can just chill with and, you know, relax with. I think that that's important, you know? We gotta have more people in our little voice club. Gets a little lonely these days, you know? I mean, Arcane hangs out as much as he can, and I love the man for it, you know, but, you know, my bro's in the military, and, I mean, he works for the military, so, you know, when I find somebody that can spare a little extra time, you know, I gotta be like, hey, you know, come liven things up for me, you know, keep me awake. Because lately, I feel like I've been sleepwalking. Get it? Get it? Oh, I gotta play some of my music now. Lately, I've been sleepwalking. Everything I try pulls me down again. You know, yesterday when I was uploading my album for distribution, hopefully it gets distributed by next week, by the way, guys, fingers crossed. But when I was uploading it, I was suffering some serious imposter syndrome. I was like, did I really come up with this music? Really? Really? I was lacking in that confidence, you know? Everybody always thinks I'm good at music, but I have to ask myself, am I really? Am I really? I was born funny, Mystic. I know that sounds wrong, but I was born funny, all right? I was made to be funny. I'm hella funny. I'm the funniestest. You do the very best you can, Arcane. Thank you for all that you do for me. Genuinely. For 2 years, he has done his absolute best. So I appreciate that. There will be times when you need to rest as well. So I understand. Listen, you can keep addressing me as God, but I don't take prayers on weekends, Mystic. All right, so I'm sorry. I'll get to your prayed email on Monday. All right, you can say "Oh God" as much as you like. I just can't answer right now. Okay, God's busy. God's busy farming external components. All right. All jokes aside, let's put on some music. You know, let's put on some music. I don't know, Paul. It's just the way it is, man. It's just how it is, you know. Maybe they need to wake up their idea a little bit. Maybe they need to wake up from sleepwalking constantly. Also, what are you still doing here, Arcane? If you're that tired, you should sleep, brother. Yeah, exactly, you know? When you say, oh God, you're praying to me. I understand, Mystic, I understand, you know, but God's busy, okay? God's so busy these days, you know? Now let's start with sleepwalking. Mitrex. Yes, you can, Ruby, and you're right about that. Anyway, how come you're not emailing me right now, Mystic? I'm waiting for my next email, you know? Thread's getting a little dry here. You should be emailing me right now. Waiting for your next email, as per my last email.
Descendant, confirm arrival at the operation zone. Proceed with caution.
To keep a routine. The colors wash out of me, and all my friends say I need sleep. Nightmares creep.
Watch your feet.
Fair. That is acceptable, Mystic. I appreciate the separation of public and private life. By the way, odd question. Just because I've always wanted to ask, though, Mystic, if you don't mind me asking, okay? Because you know that I'm Asian. But if it's not too much prying, and feel free to tell me if it is. But now I'm curious. I've always been curious. What race are you? I'm aware you're American, but I just wanted to know what race you are. If only if you want to answer. If you do not want to answer, please feel free to just not answer. Just say it, you know, say you're not answering, totally. But the thought entered my mind, and I was like, you know what, I'll just ask right now.
Descendant, the transport has dropped a wide-range shaping charge on the ground. We need it to purify the void energy. Prime the detonator with your RK, then hit the detonation device.
And also, ladies and gents, for those that want my music, you can check it out on SoundCloud and YouTube Music right there. Yeah, so your heritage is Irish and German. Hey, you can get along with Kaz. But you're American, so. American, Irish, and German, huh? Interesting. I demand to know right now, Mystic, how come you're not Spanish? I demand to know why you are not Spanish.
Captain Elias, deploying arcade. I am the original.
What do you mean so? Nothing. I was just talking random shit. There is no so.
Shield is down.
Okay, fair enough. I accept your explanation. Like you less now, what? When did I ever say that? You know, you do realize that if I only like people because of their race, that would make me racist, so I literally cannot do that.
Hound Actual to HQ. Mission
And Mr. Classic, if you're gonna bring up race, that's not really cool to do on my stream. Please take note that YouTube does not allow any jokes about race and things like that. It's within the terms of service. Don't do that again. Since it's your first time ever at my stream, I'll just alert you. I'm a professional streamer, so I have to abide by those rules, okay? This is also why I rarely ask people about their race on stream, because quite frankly, sometimes you get a couple of people that'll try and take advantage of it, you know? Sorry about that, Mystic. But anyway, no. I would never like you any less because of that. I'm just interested in knowing my friends well. The more I know my friends, the better, you know? But I won't deny that I was hoping that you were Spanish just so I could hear you scold me in Spanish, because I think that's awesome. Too much TV and drama have made me wonder what would it be like to be scolded by an actual Spanish person. I want to see if it's on par with Asian level scoldings, because Chinese people know how to scold people, that's for sure. Now take note that for anyone that's wondering, discussions about our own races are permitted so long as we stay respectful of it, and we're not trying to make a joke. Making a joke is very different, so please be aware of that. All right, be careful and protect yourself on YouTube. Don't get your account hung for that. No, it's fine. Why would you be sorry that you're not? I'm just shooting the shit, you know. But yeah, no. It's cool to know that you are half Irish and half German. Cantonese scolding is 100% an art form. Fern understands. Yes. That's why I think, right? Because I have seen it in dramas, but not in like, or rather, I've seen it in shows, but not actually experienced it. I want to experience it once, just for fun. You know, I need to see the vibe. I need to see if it can compete. Anyway, Mystical One, never worry. You are fine just the way you are. You are my friend just the way you are. And I would not want you to be anybody you're not. And I want to make that clear to any of my friends. I do not expect you to be anything that you are not. Lol, Arcane, you castle crasher. Alright. Go ahead and rest well, you nerd. Just be careful, Panda Bear. Alright? And circumventing, your chat ban was only 5 minutes. Circumventing it by having a second account also goes against YouTube's terms of service. Don't do that because it makes you look very bad as a viewer. So, don't let this happen again. You should come back on your main account. It's 5 minutes and I just gave you a simple warning, dude. Honestly, your choice depends on how... Whoa, what's wrong with my dog? Are you guys seeing this? My dog is just constantly teleporting. What's this? Look at him. Look at this good boy. Look at this good boy. Rank 10 cores are easy. But Mystic, it depends on which one helps you achieve as close to 100% crit rate as possible. If you can achieve 95% crit rate, then choose the one that gives you more damage. Daniel, let me answer this question because I know what she's asking. My dog is way too happy. You don't always use front lines, FYI. Because it also depends a lot on the circumstances, and I'm pretty sure she's following my build exactly. So for me personally, I adjust. I will actually go into the lab, check her overall crit rate, and then adjust accordingly. Also depends on your components, because if you're maxing out on MP, you have more crit rate. So remember that.
Confirm arrival at the operation zone.
So always check the crit rate from the info screen, and then you'll be able to adjust accordingly. All right, you'll be able to see it here. Make sure you check your crit rate. While the world spins on as I fall apart at the break of dawn. No, I know. But that's why I was answering within context, because sometimes it's a bit more complex to answer the question. So I will often deliver the mathematical answer, which is a lot better. Sometimes following a build, yes, it works, but when people ask me a question, I know it's because they're thinking about the numbers as well.
We're detecting arcane life signs inside a vulgar
I don't ban people for that if I give a warning, Classic Reaper. But be warned, if you have more than one account, I will not respect you, because I don't like shady people. If people have more than one YouTube account, which they use to visit channels, okay, I don't really respect people like that. So take that as fair warning and just don't make any racial jokes. When we're talking about something, if I'm talking with my friend and race is brought up, that's fine. But if you make a joke, okay, go read the YouTube terms of service. That could get you in hot water, because anything can count as hate speech. All right? And if I allow that on my channel as a YouTube partner, I'm going to be in trouble. This is my career. This is what I do for a living. So y'all be very, very cautious. Unless it's within context of the conversation, do not bring up race, and certainly don't make jokes about it. You're most welcome, Mystic. I'm always happy to help you. You know I'll always deliver the good info to you. Clear. Still trying to get
extraction from operation zone initiated.
just one
Good work,
piece.
Descendant.
None of these are good. Oh my god, it's terrible. You are most welcome, my dear friend. Yep. That's why I keep it very, very clean here. Well, it's always easy. It's always going to be easy when you follow the robot way, right? As long as you follow the robot style, you're good to go.
This is HQ. Troops are
Now,
on the
if
ground.
only you'd actually hang out with the robot.
Standby position. Best of luck, Descendant.
Waiting 10,000 years for this poor lady, this poor traumatized soul, to finally want to actually hang out with a friend. I'm not even asking to game with her, you know, just like hang out. You know, but she's all like, nah, brah, nah. I refuse, brah. Not gonna hang out, brah. That's how I imagine Mystic right now. Nope, I'm gonna exaggerate it, Mystic. Kaz will tell you this. I exaggerate everything. I'm very dramatic, but I think you already know that. I am ultra dramatic about everything. So even if it was 10 minutes, I say it's 10,000 years. All right. Kaz has dealt with my drama for like years and years and years. So she will tell you that I am the most dramatic person alive. 5 minutes late, nope, 10,000. 10,000 years of pain and suffering. I don't know why you think you can call Star. I mean, Star doesn't even have the gumption to show up. At least Arcane showed up. Where's Star? No problem. Happy to help if I can,
Mission complete.
brother.
Transport inbound.
I'm sure you don't say bruh, but I'ma still, you know, say that anyway, Mystic, because that's how I roll. Okay. No, I've never used Thunder Cage, Gregory. I have never once used the Thunder Cage at all. Lowlife Aquarium, aren't you the same guy that said that you stopped playing because your account got banned? I had to quickly look up that comment. What are you doing here? Because I'll tell you right now, Mr. Lowlife Aquarium, we don't associate with anyone that uses cheats, exploits, or gets their account banned. If you got your account banned, then, dude, don't come to my streams, dude. I don't want to associate with you. Alright? I've given you fair warning. We're all honorable gamers here, and we have no association with that. Hello, Baron. Good to see you. But yeah, sorry, Gregory. I don't play Thunder Cage. I don't use it at all. Anyway, Mystic, the only one you can call for help is Kaz. And Kaz is peacefully resting right now, okay? She's having a nice, good sleep. So, you have no help that you can call for. At the end of the day, I'm just waiting for you to finally come and hang out so I can finally be less bored, alright? You have to accompany your friends, you understand? So now, until the day you finally do, I will keep lamenting that you have been denying me for 10,000 years. It's been 10,000 years since we've hung out, Mystic. Why did you refuse to hang out with me for 10,000 years, huh?
This is Hound Actual to all personnel. Void storm is intensifying. Conditions are unfavorable. Proceed with caution. Over.
I hope your neuron activation is from the sheer damage that I'm doing and how fast I'm killing. If it's for anything else, Nevermore DD, please take note. Alright? Please take note that we have to have a clean stream. Okay? It's one of my requirements, unfortunately. And I have to obey that. So if you're thinking unclean things, I'll have to douse you in water.
The transport has dropped a wide-range shaping charge.
Listen, alright? It was 10,000 years to
We
me.
need it to purify the void energy. Prime the detonator with your RK, then hit the detonation device.
So as long as it's 10,000 years to me, that's all that matters. How dare you keep me waiting for so long, huh? Huh? You can send a screenshot of that to the devs via the official Discord, Ruby. I think you can do that to let them know about the issue, but beyond that, yeah, I'm sure they'll fix it, but yeah, it's best to let them know about the issue, as much as the official Discord is a bit of a cesspool.
Melt away.
So yeah, definitely let them know about it. It does tend to tell you that, yeah. I think it's because they keep replacing Amorphous randomly.
Captain Elias. Deploying arcade. I am.
Because that's just the way the devs want it, dude. Honestly, that's the only answer I can give you. The devs just wanted it that way. Different weapons, different things. That's all. So check and adjust your playstyle accordingly. There's no need for an updated Enduring Legacy. People just use it as a speed stick. If you check out my updated bunny build, it shows it to you.
Oh my.
It's just used as a speed stick now.
Mission
That's all.
complete. All units proceed
Honest
to
answer.
transport location. Great work out there.
Thanks for listening to my music though, guys. Always like to play a little bit of my own tunes. Don't forget, you'll find it on SoundCloud or my YouTube music channel. Thank you guys if you decide to listen. More and more releases are coming very soon. Now, let's go back to town and sort out through my stuff before I farm some more. I'm still trying to get the last bit of Enlightened Mage. Jeez Louise, I can't believe it's taking this long. It's nutty, I tell you, nutty. Library problems. Listen, guys, if you get too many library problems, just make sure you tell the devs. Yeah, it's one of the new external component sets, dude. Bro, you gotta stop missing my patch notes videos. I know they're long, but the big patch where they introduced Blair introduced some external component sets. You should memorize all their names. That is your homework, Mr. Baron. If you do not know about them, then you shall be classified as a full noob and the world's worst gamer. Do you want to be classified as that, sir? I don't think so, right? Always watch patch notes videos, or else you will be murdered in your sleep, like you deserve to be. Like you deserve to be. I will slaughter you. Listen, I don't care if you've got a severely decreased attention span. You will do what I tell you to do at all times. And if it's the fault of your attention span, then you better have a sit-down session with your attention span and tell it to get in gear. No idea, King Alex. I believe you have to do it. I've never done it, because I never change my name in video games. But what I would probably say is that you should be able to do it from your Nexon account. I think so, but I cannot confirm this for you because I have no clue. Honestly, never done it before. If anyone else has done it and has an idea that you can share, let them know. But yes, I have never once done it. Then go to the official Discord, ask the devs or ask one of the moderators there how it can be done, because I can't help you here, dude. I've never done it personally, so I've got no info for you. Don't get me wrong, I'd give you the info if I could, then. But honestly, your best bet, rather than trying on my stream, anytime you need technical help or things like that, go straight to the official Discord. It's a cesspool, but it's one of the best cesspools that you can visit for help. He said he tried it from the site already, so apparently you can't do that, so, you know. Honestly, Eric, even if you want to help him, it's best he just goes to the official Discord. Yeah, go there. He said he tried that already, didn't work. So that's why I'm saying go straight to official Discord. Not that we don't want to be helpful, not that I don't want to be helpful, but official Discord is literally your best bet. Go there, ask one of the moderators and say, hey, tell me how to do this. Two minutes left on this. You don't understand any of the stuff? Sorry, Classic Reaper. Just follow the builds then. Because all you need is to follow my build video. you want to understand the stuff on the reactor, you better be able to do math. So there's no guide or special thing like that. You learn as you play. And if you cannot already understand it, then there's literally nothing I can do for you. I am posting an updated reactor guide soon, but that's just reactors. You're asking about mods, all this stuff. You're saying I don't understand this, but I cannot help you, because what you have to do is play the game, learn how the mods work by playing and reading their descriptions and things like that. And if you already cannot understand it, then look, I'll make it simple for you. Just follow my builds. Just do what's in the build. Don't think. Leave the thinking to the people that understand the math, but otherwise, yeah, I cannot help you beyond that. That's all I can offer you. And that's literally the best I can offer you, because that would probably be the best way to go. It's probably best because we don't know his unique circumstances, no killer. See you later, Shreya. If we knew his unique circumstances, we could, but we're not tech support. And although a lot of people come to streams for tech support, it's probably the wrong way to do it, because the best way to get tech support, go straight to official. You go to official, there's going to be no problem. You come here instead, like, yo, we're just gamers. And I'm just a YouTuber. I cannot see into your account and help you. So that's why it's best tech support, straight to official Discord. Like, beyond just giving you guys base advice, straight to official Discord. That's why I just tell people, go straight there. Don't waste time here. And Duxton, who knows, but the gun sucks anyway, so even if you love it, it's garbage, so you can have it for aesthetics, but it won't really help you much.
This is
That's the
Hound
only
Actual
problem.
to all personnel. Void storm is intensifying. Conditions are unfavorable. Proceed with caution. Over.
If it was a good gun, then probably a lot more people will complain at least.
Can't escape.
Oh, I forgot to turn the game music back on. Lol. Poor Kyle is fighting in silence. And so if you're farming truly deadly arson, it means that you are very bored.
Load. Prepare yourself.
Yeah, I'll turn the game's music back on eventually. Just gotta kill these Farseers first. There we go, that should be it. Why would you need any help with the Frostwalker fight when it ends in 1 second? Let me ask you that,
RK
Paul.
receptor, confirming signs of life.
Ancient Knight takes 1 second on Frostwalker. So why would truly deadly arson help there? And if you're even using a weapon, that's not right. Frostwalker and bosses like Frostwalker, you one-shot them. Never bother wasting time with a weapon. Hell, Kyle can one-shot Frostwalker. So why would I ever need to farm that weapon? You get what I mean? By the time you go up there and shoot Frostwalker, even if it was viable, which it's not, your Kyle can just headbutt, like literally Kyle can just headbutt Frostwalker and end it. I'm just saying. So for that reason, it becomes difficult for me to justify.
This is HQ. Enemy reinforcements incoming. Requesting strike on staging area.
Collide. Here I go.
Listen, you don't need any weapons or anything, Classic Reaper. If you're new to the game, welcome to the game. But this game is, well, if you want to follow the robot methodology, which is the best and perfect methodology for playing the game, all you need to do, and this was covered in my Ultimate FTP Survival Guide, which everybody should have watched already. If you didn't watch it, then you better go find it and watch it, because it's the most important document you'll ever watch. But after you watch the Ultimate FTP Survival Guide, go get Ultimate Bunny and follow my build. Once you have your Ultimate Bunny build, you can farm anything you want in the game. Then go farm all the other builds, weapons, whatever you need. The pathway is simple. Ultimate Bunny, then everything else. Ultimate Bunny is usually your first and easiest farmer to run. So once you have her, you don't need to worry about the rest. That's why you don't need a specific weapon. Don't think about bosses or all that other crap. No. The only thing you need to do is get Ultimate Bunny. That's it. Bosses will come later. And you can build up Haley for that or whatever. But you still need Ultimate Bunny. That is your first, and that is your most important. Anything else, don't worry about it. Ultimate Bunny first.
Operation completed. Awaiting transfer to transport position.
Once you get her maximized, your life becomes easy breezy. No maximization, life not easy breezy. Life opposite of easy breezy. It's a nice casual game I can play in the background, Daniel. But, you know, that is really off topic and I really shouldn't be talking about it. Let's refocus on TFD, shall we? I'll talk more about it when I have a sponsored stream to talk about. Or if there is a contextual need to mention it.
Troops are on the ground.
But you gotta understand,
Transport ship
Daniel,
will remain on
don't
standby
forget,
for air support.
when you are a partner or a content creator for several games, there are certain rules you have to abide by. One of them is that I try to avoid where I can, because it's not fair to the audience that's watching for this game as well. It's not fair to be talking about other games, so never do it here unless it's within context or unless I bring it up myself for a particular topic of conversation. Otherwise, we don't do that because it's just not right. I tell people the same thing when they're at like last epoch, they ask TFD questions. I'm like, I'm not playing TFD right now, you know, please respect that.
That aircraft is used to fly through void storms. It must be shot down.
Ajax build is updated for this season. Kyle is not yet. I may update Kyle in future, but for now I'm still just working on his arcade tuning slowly. A lot of people don't know a lot of things about Kyle.
Time to end it.
Oh, good, Daniel. Thank you for respecting the rules. Rules are the most important.
Hard. Hard. Load. Here I come.
Yeah, you missed the stream where I used it. I used it live in front of everybody when I got Ultimate Blair. So you can tune into that stream if you want to see it in action. It's very simple. Just have your normal Blair, collect your Ultimate Blair, and then transfer one to the other. That's it. Yep, this is why I tell people never miss a single stream. You miss even 5 minutes of one single stream and you've missed information. Always be locked in and tuned in. Must have been back there. The downside to Kyle. Such a pain. Because he doesn't have super massive AoEs like others. Mystic,
Tactical
you know,
transport en route to the
I
Descendant
can't help but
position.
think that, you know,
Close air
if I
support
just
available.
don't bully you for a little while, you just crave it. Is that it? You just crave me bullying you. Is that what? Because that's the vibe I'm getting, like right here. Like, if I'm nice to you or I praise you or say good things about you, you know, then you just suddenly just come up with that. I'm starting to think that maybe I'm not the one who requires all that much attention. I'm starting to think that if I don't give you attention for a while, you just come up with some bratty shit to say, just so that I'll give you a light scolding, just the way that you like. Huh? Is that it? You like the way the Punisher scolds people, you know, the way John Berthel scolds people. So you want me to imitate the same thing? You want me to give you that light scolding? Is that how it is?
Can't escape.
Because it sure seems that way. Seems like you like a little bit of authority. No, is that the case? Because it sure doesn't seem that way. You know, literally talking chat, chilling here, and then you know, Mystic's all like, yeah, let's bring out Jaber and Thundercage. Oh, because why? I need Robot to scold today.
Prepare yourself.
Yeah, I'll scold you some more right now if that's what you want, because that seems to be what you want, you know. Mystic's like, oh man, haven't been scolded in a while. Need my fix right now, you know. Let me just mention Jaber and Thundercage just so I can get Robot to scold me right now. Can't live without that scolding, you know. Need that scolding 24/7. Is that it? Because that's what it sounds like to me, you know.
Tard. Here I come.
Gone. Just admit if you like my scolding. If that's really what you crave, Mystic, I'll make sure I deliver micro doses of scoldings to you on a regular basis, you know. Keep you going, you know, like a little
Zone
scolding
initiated.
nicotine patch.
Good work, Descendant.
Just for you. Okay? If that's what you need. I mean, you're saying no, but I just don't think so, you know? I just don't believe it. Because what you're showing me is the opposite of no. Just remember this, okay? You absolute brat. I will not hesitate to scold you. But I do thank you for your presence today. Keep it up and don't be late to my next stream. Okay? If you're late, okay, would you describe yourself as anything but? Hello, Danny. You know, Mystic, would you describe yourself as anything but? You know, we chillin', and this person just straight up says, is that Jaber? Like, really? And you dare say you're not a brat? Nah. I think you know exactly what you're saying. Alright, I think you know exactly what you're saying. You just like pushing some buttons, don't you? Oh, you say that, but I know you are. Just look at you. One look at you and I can tell 110% born bratty, okay? Are you now? Are you? Look, Mystic Fern's enjoying the show that we're putting on. See? Now, you know what would make this a lot better? It would be a lot better if we actually did this on voice, so that we can show people what dynamic interaction looks like. You see, you can show people what a normal human friendship looks like, because I think they're starved for that, you know. So when you come in to do this, you know, because text, it's cool, but it's not cool enough, you know. It's just, we got to show them the real sitcom, you know. So when you making it, just tuned in, just messing with some external components, having fun, bantering with my friends. That's about it. So sit back and enjoy the show. Nothing serious. If there was anything serious, I'd tell you. But unfortunately, there genuinely isn't. Can't believe this is what I have to purchase with my bonus coins. May as well, because these are expensive anyway. There we go. Good. Battle supply shop, huh? Okay, that's it for Frey. X Scratch, Voodoo Doll, Blair with glasses, mini storage, and the camouflage outfit. Okay. Anyway, I'm glad you're 1000% enjoying it. Good to know, good to know. Brother, Brother, the last night. Golden night. I wish I was shiny and golden. Okay, now back to trying to get the stupid Enlightened Mage set. I swear, it's a pain. Oh, that's right, I haven't visited ETA 0 yet. I really should do that. And I haven't set up my other catalyst for cooking. I should do that.
If it's new research, I'm listening.
Boing. No!
You wanted to see me?
Anyway. Hey, Mystic Brat. Why you gone so quiet all of a sudden, huh? Why the sudden silence now? Hey, look, Jaber's code. I just buy these for fun because you never know. Jaber's code. LOL. Jaber. More storage, more equipment slots. Yes, please. Ultra precision code analyzer, of course. All the dies. I am using chat to try and lure you in, MysticDove, because, you know, it's important. We gotta have the funny banter, you know, live action version. See you later, Brandon. No, I haven't, Danny, because it's a one-time reward and I've got no interest in it. I mean, if you're happy with it, you go ahead. But I really don't give a damn about that content. To me, it's just literally pointless. It's just pointless time filler. You ask me, I'm more interested in trying to get my new pal to finally hang out with me just so I can have more effective banter, make the show a bit more lively. That's what I want to see. I want to see the profits of this show go back up. Because people right now are bored. Introduce VEP, challenge mode, yeah, cool. Rewards once per season, yeah, cool. And then what? And then what? Nobody's playing anymore. We are literally in one of the supposedly quietest weekends ever. I'll be surprised if we break 10K today, and I'm hoping we do. That'd be nice. But yeah. Other than that, just nothing much else to do. Just chilling and experimenting. So I look at challenge mode, I say I've got no motivation to do this. If I want my rank 10 cores, I can just get them manually anyway. I can just go straight into Void 30, smash in my Serena a couple dozen quick runs, and I'm good to go.
This is Hound Actual, reporting extreme concentration
Now then,
of void energy
back to what I
within
was
the
saying before.
operation zone.
Hey,
All
Mystic
units, please proceed at your
Brat.
own discretion, but do not exceed your limits.
Hurry up and get lured in. I'm not trying to use chat to lure you in. I'm luring you in with chat. Okay, Fern, you literally overfarmed the game. How the hell did you manage to play that much? Yeah, except that we got 54 days until the new season, so with everyone already focusing on season 3, then this season is dead for another 54 days. See the problem, Danny? That's the whole issue that I'm having right now. How the hell have you played more than a content creator like me, Fern? What the hell? Okay, I respect the fact that you literally play that much. Jesus Christ. Can I ask you, Fern, what is wrong with you? Genuinely. Are you okay? How the heck do you have this much time to spend? Do you play while you're working or something? Because what? How did you spend this amount of time on this game when this game is quite literally my full-time job?
Descendant, the transport has dropped a wide-range shaping charge on
You
the
play
ground.
while you work, okay? I mean, I respect
Needed to
your
purify the void
effective
energy.
use of corporate time
Prime
to
the
not do
detonator with
corporate
your
stuff.
RK, then hit the detonation device.
And instead use corporate time for gaming, but Jesus Christ, what the hell? This Fern has a very lepak work environment. No need to stress, I tell you, what the hell? Living that nerd life. Where's the last one there? Lunch hour is fine, but I'm pretty sure Fern is actually playing during work to hit 2.7k hours. Like, I'm a content creator, even I haven't hit that. Like, yo. Although, granted, I have slowed down a lot these days with only one stream per day. I don't play outside of streams. But yeah, okay, that's wild, man. That's wild.
Tichon Elias. Deploying arcade.
Shield is down.
I am the original.
Sure, I believe you. I believe you.
You're all dead. Ugh. The shield is damaged.
Man, I tell you, Fern's dedication to this game is the kind of dedication I need MysticDove to have toward me. Hey Mystic, are you listening?
Melt away.
Alright, I demand this level of dedication.
Oh my.
Operation completed. Awaiting transfer to transport position. Well done, Descendant.
Where's the brat? Where's the brat now? Unless the brat fell asleep, then nothing else I can do there. But somehow I don't think so. I don't believe that.
Descendant, confirm arrival at the operation zone. Proceed with caution.
Watch your feet. This is your grave. Any last words?
Just realized this is much more efficient. I think rather than them wasting time developing an app, they should just be focusing on content. The only thing I want to see them do is focus on content. Like I said, I'm aware that I'm not the only one that decides the direction, but quite frankly,
Wide-range shaping charge drop complete.
if my profits don't go
Begin the
up,
void
I'm going to be
energy
very annoyed.
purification operation. Descendant, prime the detonator with
Because the
your
only way to
arcade.
keep your
Then
content
activate
creators
the remote
interested
detonation device.
is with profit. No, I don't disagree with the research app being good. See, the only reason I'm against it is because right now they can't be having their attention anywhere else. I'm all for a research app, but get my player base back up to where it's supposed to be
Captain
first.
Elias,
Can't even do that, then what's the point in the app?
I am the original.
6,000 people will use it, and more people will just leave. So, it becomes a pointless endeavor. Right now, they need to focus up and get their game back on track. Either way, it would also, like, if they get their game back on track, then it means that, you know, whatever they want to focus on, whether it's an app or anything else, 100% it's going to work out well. But that's what they got to do. That's what they got to do. They do that, you know, we're good. Season 3 won't bring in a ton of new people either. I'll tell you that. Not trying to be dour or grim, but I just want to say it straight. When I did my, if you take a look at the comments on my short where I asked people why they left the game, it's the same repetitive grind. Even if Season 3 brings us some new toys to play with, people are going to log in for all of 4 or 5 days at most, and then they're going to leave again, which is exactly what happened before. This is the exact issue that I'm trying to highlight to most people. It doesn't matter what they bring in. It doesn't matter what they do, because their issue is a core issue. Season 3, it comes around, you're gonna see the same player count increase. Yeah, we're all happy, 20,000. People play the new content, blow through it in like 2-3 days, then they're gone again. And then, you know, everybody, every wise guy in the official Discord will say, oh, it's just seasonal effects. That's why we're losing players, seasonal effects. This, you know, refuse to acknowledge the actual problem. The actual problem that we are facing right now is that the content is so boring and repetitive that doesn't matter how much we want to play. And yes, I'm aware that every looter shooter has grind, but when content is repetitive and boring, you end up in a situation where people don't stay. They're not enthused. They're not, you know, like, you'll find a couple of people that will play all day, every day, and I'm very proud of those people. Thank you for keeping the game alive, but you don't see the people, the more casual crowd, constantly playing. They don't feel like their time's respected, you know?
We've detected signs of life inside a nearby arcade.
They don't have the desire to play, especially when there's other games out, because I've got so many choices. I've got Monster Hunter, I've got Last Epoch, and I love Last Epoch. I'm going to be playing that again soon. So yeah, there's a lot of choices, a lot of things that we can do with our time. And that means that it becomes problematic. So, fingers crossed. I do want them to, you know, work well on Season 3, do some good stuff, but I hope to God that they understand that they, right now, need to know their own game, and they need to focus up on what they want their own game to be. Because I don't think they even they understand what they want their game to be. That appears to be a problem. Well, I know you do, mystical one. Hey. There's the brat finally back. Where were you? Called for the brat several times and no answer from the mystical one. Must be ignoring me for another game again. You know, one of her other games that she ignores me for all the time. Ah, terrible, terrible. This is why I try so hard, you know. I tell her, come on. If you're on voice, at least I can scold you faster, you know. You can be distracted with other things, but I can immediately scold you. It's called dynamic scolding. But she just refuses. This Fernzilla, I tell you, what the hell? How do you have time to do anything in your day? You work a full-time job, and you still got time to do everything else. Yo, wild.
This is HQ. Troops are on the ground. Transport is en route to standby position. Best of luck, Descendants. Large-scale vulgar transfer confirmed.
Okay, take your time, Mystic.
Stop the enemy
I'm just
troop
giving you. I'm
deployment.
just giving you shit anyway. Like I always do. I respect your determination, Fernzilla, because Jesus Christ, you've got way better time management than me, I'll tell you that much. Yes. Dynamic scoldings are what MysticDove needs on a regular basis. Because if I don't scold her, then she'll bring up Jaber or the Thunder Cage, you know? I think, like I said, I think if she doesn't get a regular dose, you know, like a nicotine patch of scolding from me, just feels uncomfortable.
Shield is down.
Hey, there's the mystical brat back. Is your mom all sorted? I hope she's doing well today, by the way.
Watch your feet.
I must always put a hold on scoldings until I ensure that the situation is fine. Yeah. Because last thing I'd ever do is pile on stress for the mystical one. Only friendly scoldings.
I am the original.
Okay, look. As much as I understand that the so-called, and let's call it dynamic motion, because if we say jiggle physics, you know, Nexon doesn't really like that. So I'm just gonna remove that message because we should call it the way they want it. But anyway, I get what you're saying, Cobra. I get you. I hear you. But here are the facts. The thing is that is not a reason for why there is less content. No, I'm pretty sure that the big problem is that the devs don't understand what type of content we want. See,
Damn it.
this is a cultural thing. A lot of Asian developers, Korean, Chinese, Japanese developers, they're all the same, but they focus heavily on grind because their player population has always loved heavy grinding games, and I'm talking heavy grinding games. But the way the world is now, and as people have mentioned with Gen Z having shorter attention span, it's difficult to have that fly because there's so many distractions, and the industry is also saturated. There's so many good games coming around, you know? So we all want to spread our time everywhere. We all want to spend our time everywhere. That's important. That's extremely important. And so, for us to enjoy this game or even want to continue playing this game, you know, what are most people saying? They're saying the same thing you're all thinking. They're tired of the same old thing. They don't want to have the same old thing. It's boring. They've had enough. They want something different. They need to be excited. They need to be stimulated constantly. And other games just do that, you know? Because we are spoiled for choice. And more is on the way. Never forget that. Alright? I want to settle that before I say, I'm glad to hear that your mom is doing well, Mystical One. Good. Now then, I can resume politely bantering and teasing the mystical brat. Listen, Doc, go catch up with my patch notes videos and go read every single patch note. Alright, you're not getting a summary here, you know how it is. You've been on a vacation? Good.
Descendant.
Go watch all the
RK
videos.
life science inside a vulgar structure.
Fail to watch even a single video or miss a single patch note and I will beat you up. Are we clear on that, Doc?
Watch your feet.
Hard to say, Danny. But I hope they realize that what they've done is that they've chased a lot of people away because they broke their promise of power fantasy and no nerf. They were the ones who made that promise, then they went back on it. They can give whatever excuse they like. Oh, hard to make content for this. But let's be real. What was the real reason they even nerfed an S? Oh, it's because a bunch of people in the official Discord started whining, like the bunch of whiny crybabies that they are. They said, I don't get to shoot anything before because in S. And you know what they lied to us about? All those same people lied to us that, oh, if you make the game more balanced and add more variety, more people will play. How did that turn out? Huh? How did that turn out for them? Oh, that's right. Our player base numbers after our lovely balancing patch dropped like a ton of bricks. So, did more people start playing? No, these people, I tell you, some of the people in the official Discord, I think they don't even play the game. I think that they're actually people from another game that I'm not going to mention. They're literally just here to see our game crash and burn because they don't actually love this game. They want it destroyed. Because of what? Because they think that their game should be the best one in the market. Yeah, that's what I think. And if I'm wrong, they can prove me otherwise, but I don't think I am.
Mission complete.
Because from what I can tell, nobody came back after their balancing patch. Nobody came back to play shit. But thankfully, ever since that time, I have met the Mystical Dove, Ruby, and Fernzilla, so at least my streams are a little bit more lively right now. Right? Silver lining in the cloud of dust and ash. Anyway, MysticDove, did you enjoy me laying down the authority? Because I know that when she says, well, dang, I know she's just enjoying watching me lay down the authority. Because that's what she's into. Ain't that right, pal? Ya brat. Brat! The bratalicious one. She who is a massive brat. I'm just spouting random titles for you right now.
If all modules were the same, I'd be out of a job, right?
Well, I didn't want to be so overt about it, but yes, you're not wrong. Hence the issue. Because they're not here to care about our game. They're not here to love or respect our game. They are here simply because they believe in their mind that if they can destroy this game, then there will never be any competition for the one game that they hold holier than all others. And I've seen them before because guess what? Even in my video, I have to remove all the people that are spouting nothing but Warframe chants. Like, bro, we get it. You like your game, and there's nothing wrong with liking more than one game. Do it. It's fine. But don't be as bad as Jehovah Witness. Not a brat. Are you sure about that, oh mystical one? Explain to me, tell me, how are you not a brat? Explain yourself. Are you saying that you are not the one who randomly comes in and says, Jaber, Thundercage, life-size poster of Jaber? It's kind of the same thing with the Destiny 2 players, MysticDove. I agree with that statement because have you also noticed that the Destiny 2 players are also all like, oh, this game should be more like Destiny 2 with this and that. Like, I get it. You like that about this game. It's great, but let it be its own game. That's literally what I've been trying to say since day one. Let this game be its own game. Let it do its own thing. I'm not so sure. I might have to bully you a little more. Maybe I'll believe you, Mystic, when you finally come and hang out with me, you know? Instead of doing this whole, like, waiting game, this whole torture game of making me wait, you know? No. I want to play video games with you.
We're detecting arcade
You
life
don't
signs
play with me at
inside a
all.
vaulted structure.
You haven't yet, you know? I've been waiting 10,000 years. I've been waiting 10,000 years now. I think it's not differentiated enough, you know? That's kind of my issue. I think that they haven't differentiated themselves enough, which is why, you know, they're struggling to find their own identity, because everybody is still seeing this as the so-called, I hate saying it, but they keep seeing this as the Gooner clone of Warframe, you know, which is not right, but, you know, that's what we are seen as. That's how they are viewing this game, and, you know, I think it's very difficult for us to break through that stigma right now, because the devs themselves are appearing to settle into that, what with their focus on, you know, the needs of a very small portion of chronically online people who would have trouble speaking to even the nicest of people like MysticDove if they were in the same room together. You know, that's kind of the problem. I'm okay with them wanting realism in the game. I'm okay with it if they decide to do it. I'm not a prude. I'm certainly far from that. In fact, I'm on the opposite side of all that. I'm quite a freak,
Mission
personally.
complete.
But
All units proceed to
I'm a
transport
sensible
location.
freak.
Great work out there.
Them releasing their alt won't change anything, and we know that. If they make her stronger with the alt, then people are still going to be upset about that. So, yeah. Yep, that's kind of the problem, Mystic, because a lot of people in this day and age, they are completely immature. Like I said, most of them wouldn't be able to sit down and have a conversation with you without the heavy breathing starting, you know? That's the problem, though, Mystic. They can't look at a real set. What lady is going to want to show them a real set?
This is HQ. Troops are on the ground.
They have
Transport
no,
is en
you
route
know,
to standby position.
they have no means
Best
of
of
doing
luck,
it.
Descendant.
I completely understand. We can stop talking about it, but, you know, I think you're making some very valid points. And I think you should have your say, because I think the perspective coming from a real lady is quite important here. You're hitting the nail on the head. You're getting it absolutely right. Because that's the problem. A lot of these people stand no chance of the real deal, so they try and bring it into video games. They want their video games to fulfill the fantasy that they don't have.
Ah, my shield.
And that's the problem. Yeah, literally trying to find Enlightened Mage sets with decent rolls. I'm not even talking
Arcade
good rolls.
receptor.
I'll take blue
Confirming
rolls.
signs of life.
But so far, the Enlightened Mage set is not dropped with the rolls that I need, even blue. So it's that crazy, because I've got resources that I can just pump it all the way up if I need to. So I'm just trying my luck. RNG is just not in my favor right now. At least the grind is easier than it was before, but it's still problematic. Anyway, it is what it is. We will play the game as best we can our way, but we just have to also hope that the devs understand that one day they're gonna need to stand their ground and, you know,
I'll kill you all.
Master Corral's descendant. I will do his bidding. I will serve.
that's the way of the world, MysticDove. Hypocrisy is always at its finest. But I'm sure you know that very well, my dear friend. No, I don't think that they will, and I don't think that they should. Because I feel that people should be paying to support a game that they enjoy. What they need to do is not make caliber earnable free in game. They shouldn't. And no game should ever do that. Rather, you need to make sure that you're giving your audience a good reason to properly, you know, properly pay for the product. I think the mentality, MysticDove, the problem with that mentality is that the gaming industry, unfortunately, is home to a lot of people who are immature. So, yeah. I mean, a game comes out with beautiful, attractive women, like you said, it's immediately classed as a gooner game. I deal with it all the time. I mean, you've hung out at my TikTok, you know, people come to my TikTok just to say, lol, gooner game, gooner game, gooner game. I ban them as fast as they come, but they come every day. Because I think that people in this day and age, two problems. One, total immaturity. Second is that they're completely repressed. Nobody is able to have an interactive conversation with the opposite gender,
This is Hound Action,
right?
Reporting extreme
Without
concentrations of
being
void energy
labeled
within
or
the
stigmatized and
operation
things
zone.
like that. Think
All
about how,
units, please
think about,
proceed
you know,
at
like,
your own
let me just
discretion,
say this openly.
but
Think
do
about how
not
we act,
exceed your
MysticDove.
limits.
I'm sure that there are more than enough people here who, not talking about my current audience, but I'm talking about people that might lurk in streams, like, or only view a portion of the stream. They'll look at the way we talk, right? And they're gonna assume that me and Mystic got something going on, when I obviously have a healthy relationship with my girl Kaz, and I always have for years. But they're gonna see the way me and Mystic talk to each other, and they're gonna assume something's going on, you know, because that's how it is these days. People can't even have a simple interactive conversation without people trying to, you know, label it, read subtext into it, you know, put all sorts of things into it. When it's not that. It's just, look, I really get along with Mystic. She's a nice person, you know? So we have fun, we talk, we banter. That's all it is. It's friendly conversations, nothing underneath that. And listen, you follow my builds, you'll always be shredding bosses. But this is with the new Plague set. So previously my build did not showcase with the Plague set. So I'm now just showcasing with the Plague set. And it's really nice. Especially now that they've changed Freyna's toxins to drop from the air. You can get some good clear times. I mean, those that prefer Contagion can still run Contagion, but Venom Synthesis is really nice.
Captain Elias, deploying RK.
You're right about that, girl. I know.
The original.
But I'm not gonna, like, just so you know, I'm not gonna walk on eggshells because of other people, you know? I like interacting with my friends in a funny manner, and I will continue to do so. What other people think, I'm not gonna care or worry about that. But, you know, it does serve as a good example of just how it is, Mystical One. People are just gonna try and, you know, people are always gonna be messing around and doing all that. Hey, Valentine's. Sometimes I think it's a lot of projection, you know, because they want that. They want that for themselves, and they'll try and project it onto others.
Oh my.
See, this is exactly what I'm talking about. See, okay, here we go. This girl says she's not a brat, but she knows the questions that I don't like the most, right? Because she's here every day. And then, this is that moment that she going to just bust it out. You know, like, we in the middle of having a serious conversation, you know, we're chilling, having a good time, whatever, right? Then she's just going to bring something like that out. You trying to troll me, Mystic? Is that it? Because this is exactly why I say you need a nicotine patch of scolding. Because you go 5 minutes without getting scolded, and then you got to bring it out, right? You gotta bring that slight bit of trolling out, because you just need me to give you that Asian robot scolding. You know, that military level scolding where I'm just reminding you of your place.
This is HQ. Troops are on the ground. Transport is en route to standby position. Best of luck, Descendants.
Daniel, you say that, I will ban you from my stream. I got no qualms about doing that. Well, you know the answer, Mystic. I do not have a favorite. I use the most appropriate character for the situation. It's okay, Danny. But, what I will say, Mystic, is that my personal favorite is Freyna in this Louis Vuitton-ass looking swimsuit. You know, totally. Her swimsuit is nicer than everybody else's, so yeah. But if you're talking personality-wise, yeah, okay, I like Bunny. Bunny's personality is pretty nice. It's very familiar, is what I will say. So yeah, I like Bunny. I like Bunny because of her personality. Yeah, she got the gold chain on it, all right. Freyna got that premium shit. She ain't kidding. So yeah, you asked me my favorite. I got two. Freyna in this swimsuit,
We're detecting
and
arcane
Bunny
life
too.
signs inside a vulgar structure.
FYI, I'm looking forward to that thing that you owe me. All right, Mystic. I'll look forward to it.
How was that?
I have no need to name what it is because you know.
Ah, my shield.
Although, if you're gonna pivot it to something else, then I don't mind that either, okay? I look forward to it, both ways. So you tell me now, Mystical One, why do you like Bunny? What is it that makes you like the bun? One bag, two bag, penny and dime. Here I come. Here I come.
Extraction from Operation
Alright, come
Zone
on.
initiated. Good work, Descendant.
So it's the personality wise. All right. So, you know, in future when we're having dinner, you know, with Kaz, of course, I'm gonna expect you, MysticDove, to be like, get out of my way, and just like start laughing randomly. She is not happy and bubbly, my dear friend. She is pretty insane. Fernzilla, Valby's personality is even more insane. Valby is literally a yandere. So what you're telling me is that your boyfriend is in a lot of danger, Fernzilla, because Valby is the #1 yandere who's gonna murder you in your sleep. Okay? What do you mean personality? Her personality is, I am going to stab a knife into you. That is her personality. So now I know who you are, Fern. Speedster gameplay is not bad. I don't mind it at all. No, listen, chat away, Danny. It's all good. That's what we're here to do. Okay, you can stand up and run around, but if anyone asks in the restaurant, I'll say, I'm sorry, this is my child here, okay? She's got a lot of problems, so she starts running around, starts laughing all the time. Most of the time you wouldn't be able to eat the dinner because, you know, all your numerous food allergies and problems. But it's okay. We'll go someplace that you can eat. Listen, Fernzilla, I know that if your boyfriend annoys you, you're gonna stab him, okay? You can't hide it. I can see the yandere a mile away. I can sense it on you. Alright? So if you don't mind, I mean no offense when I say this, but I think MysticDove is a lot safer. I think if I'm hanging around with MysticDove, I'm not going to die. But I think if I hang around with you, Fernzilla, death is a possibility. Death is quite a possibility. Wait. What did I say? What did I say that was rude, huh? I said nothing rude. I said, listen, I will find something that you can eat. It's called concern, all right? It's called concern for your friends. I don't want you going someplace and we eat a dinner and then you die, all right? No, it's not who I am. Okay, wait. I'm confused. Sorry, maybe conversation derailed. What would I not do? Because you said no, you won't. I was like, what? Would I not have concern for my friends? 'Cause I'm pretty sure I would have concern for my friends. I mean, yes, we would nerd out, but still. We have to find a place where you can eat. Oh, okay. Okay, so it's not allergies. Sorry, I assumed it was allergies. My bad. I genuinely thought it was food allergies. So it's a medical condition. I'm just gonna ask privately what it is because obviously I don't want to put people's stuff out there. But now I'm curious, so I gotta ask privately, what is this condition? I'm just curious to know now. No, of course I wouldn't have a problem hanging out with you. I literally ask you to hang out with me on a freaking daily basis. All right, as if I would ever have a problem hanging out with you. None of us would have nobody in the Robot Nation would have a problem hanging out with you. You know, it's okay. I know you're not gonna kill me in my sleep, like Fernzilla. Fernzilla, I turn away 1 second and oh, there's a knife in me already. Oh, I'm dead already. Okay, great. See, I know the difference. MysticDove is safe. I won't die yet. You know. Anyway, it is the end of stream, guys. So thank you guys for joining me today. I would love to stay on longer, but it's Saturday and I do have my family dinner later on tonight. So we shall head out for now. All right. But thank you all for being here. And yes, Freyna's swimsuit is 100% Gucci. You know it. Okay? You know it. Just look at it. All right? Look at all the pixels everywhere because I'm using upscaling. You know what it is. Yep, no problem. I will see you guys tonight. Now, I hope it will be Marvel Rivals, but because of Kaz's roof, I will ask her what she wants to do. So if I don't do Marvel Rivals tonight, I'll probably do something else like Last Epoch or whatever. So I'll play it by ear. Don't have any expectations. But those of you who support the robot and not just TFD, if you support the robot, then I'll see you there tonight. Okay? Those of you who need to get sleep before the stream, please get sleep before the night stream so that you can be there. Okay?
New super chat
and watch my awesomeness in action. Thank you, Daniel, for that lovely super chat. Thank you very much. All right. I appreciate the support, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for making this a very, very lively and wonderful stream. It's been an absolute pleasure. All right. I'll see you guys later this evening.